Well, hello again, everyone. This is Bob Mannery, and you're listening to Tom and Mike, AM in the PM, only on A2D Radio. Tom and Mike, these guys are fucking awesome. But their side piece, Greg, that guy is a goddamn problem.
Bird Talk, Tom.
Mike.
AM.
In the PM.
A2D Radio, live from the Real Talk Studios, like we are every Wednesday. And every Wednesday we are brought to you by our certified public accountant. Make them yours. Find them on the web, GibsonMayer.com. That's GibsonMayer.com. Tom Arnone, Michael Mataraki, Greg Moakovic, Robbie Pove on the ones and twos. The family out there joining us. Listen, you'll never forget today's date. For any of us old enough, obviously.
Yeah, we certainly don't want to be ignorant to what today is, but everyone remembers in their own way. So we're gonna give the people what they want.
And that's Bird Talk, like we were talking about. But
absolutely,
later on the show, we'll do our lock of the week, one fantasy player per guy. All right, we'll give a little something for the family or DFS, or if you got a guy on your team in regular fantasy, we'll help you there. If we have time, you make the call like we do every Wednesday night, and it'll let the family decide something different they want to talk about. But besides that, everything's always open anyway here, and anything you got, we'll always talk about and answer. The Mike Scott situation. Obviously, I did a video on A2D the day after it happened. Our fan base was the crumb of the day. Some of our fan base, certain portions of our fan base were the crumb of the day. We'll get into that a little later on in the show. Phillies.
Yeah, stay tuned for that because I got some thoughts for another media personality in this town that you're not going to want to miss.
Yeah, he can shut his mouth, too. Philly's still alive? Well, I knew this was going to happen. when I did a video previewing this show at 5-something, I said,
when you think you're out, they pull you back in.
Or vice versa.
Vice versa.
Like, every time they get close, it's like, all right, here we go again. They're losing 3-1 to the Braves right now. So we'll give some Phillies live reaction as well. But, like we talked about, Bird Talk, Eagles-Falcons preview. And listen, this Sunday will be at Pinsetter's Bar and Bowl. I don't think it's even bar and grill. I think it's bar and bowl.
Yeah,
which is phenomenal. We got a room up top there doing an HUD watch party. So come join us. We have it from 7 to 11. $20 gets you as much stinking food as you want because you know how that always works out. There's always food left over at them events when you bring out the party trays. There's always food. I know you don't like to say buffet, Greg, but it's a buffet style. Okay, it's a buffet style.
I'm just making sure you're.
I went a different route.
Okay.
I went a different route. To me, the prices to get the packages were, I'm charging guys way too much money. I figure this is a better way to go about it.
You can eat that.
All Greg wants to know is, do you have dips for the chicken fingers?
No dips.
It's not your call.
No dips. You can have dips. They just won't be used by me.
Our poll question, brought to you by our doc, make him yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. The Eagles will beat the Falcons. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. HUD Radio is where you can find us. For you people that want to, that love the podcast areas and forums, Spotify, Spreaker, Google Play, SoundCloud, and more coming. So just to give you a little tip. Just give you a tip. See how it feels.
Just a tip.
See how it feels. So, family, the Eagles will beat the Falcons. Agree? Disagree? And why? And like we do every Wednesday, we will give you an opportunity to win some money. We raised the stakes Sunday and offered 40. All right, I'm going to offer 40 again. Score prediction, offense, defensive player of the game. Screenshot it. Send it to A2D platforms. All right, come on, fam. Let's go. You want to win money or don't you win money?
Just because some of our guys can't share doesn't mean we don't read them.
Yeah, we read everything. It's a story of another day.
That's another story.
Another day.
Another story, another time.
Unless we extend this show an hour.
We're going late night.
Prism.
A2D after dark.
Skinamax.
Where the hell are we at? Skinamax.
Oh, my God.
Matt Winnington, what's up? What's up, Matt?
What up, Matt?
David Roska, what's up, guys? What's up, David?
David.
Linda wants to know, Greg, Sour Patch Kids or Swedish Fish?
I already told her it's Twizzlers.
Twizzlers. Oh, you already answered. My bad. I forgot you had nothing to do at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Start it off. The Eagles will beat the Falcons. Do you agree or disagree?
I'm going to disagree. This is the game I had as a loss early on anyway. And I think the way the Falcons didn't come out and play very well in week 1 kind of magnifies the fact that they have to play well in week 2. It's at home. We kind of struggle in Atlanta, or we have in the past. So I'm going with a loss right now.
So you disagree?
I disagree.
There you go.
I also disagree. Take everything that Greg just said and just write the word ditto. Because this is also a game that when I first looked at the schedule, I thought it was going to be tough. And I also immediately thought, okay, if Atlanta doesn't win that opener against Minnesota, they are going to come out with their hair on fire. Julio could go 12 for 180 and 2 touchdowns, and the Birds be playing from behind all day. I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any stretch, and I do think it has the chance to be very high scoring, but my gut tells me the Birds come out on the short end of this one.
So, wow. Okay, so both you guys are in disagreements to the poll the Eagles will beat the Falcons. Both of you disagree. All right, I'm going to go to I was staying on this side, so you didn't change my mind at all. But yeah, I'm not buying because Atlanta opened bad that automatically guarantees them that you're going to see a team that's rolling on all cylinders week 2. There's a reason why they stubbed their toe. All right, maybe they're not that good. Right? Maybe the offensive line isn't that good. Maybe Matt Ryan has gotten older, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, them things factor in. I believe our football team's damn good. Nothing showed me anything differently, just some more resiliency, which I already knew that football team was all about anyway. Sunday just showed me resiliency. Sunday showed me the guys that I thought I had. Fighters, guys that aren't going to quit, and great second-half adjustments that we know Doug Peterson – it's his MO, yeah, okay? Absolutely. Did we start the way we wanted to? No, but, I tell kids I coach, you guys talk about it like it's not how you start, it's how you finish, right? To me, we're a better football team than the Atlanta Falcons. To me, we're going to be really dangerous on turf for the Atlanta Falcons. There's a lot of things that we do better right now. Now, defensively, we don't know what we are defensively.
Sure.
But offensively, I think we saw a little taste of it Sunday, and that's only going to get better. I think we go to Atlanta. We're a favorite going into Atlanta, which the line tells me a little bit. If Vegas thought a big bounce back from the Falcons, why are they not the favorite? So Vegas is almost baiting you to take the Falcons.
What is the line?
1.5 right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's nothing crazy, but it's just they're baiting you.
But no, you're right.
They're baiting you to take
as a road favorite.
They're
in
baiting
week 2. They want you to take Atlanta.
They want you to take Atlanta. Now, not that means anything because that doesn't always mean something. But this week we're a better football team, and I'm not going to allow week 1 to dictate week 2 for the Falcons. I get it. It makes a lot of sense. I'm not saying it doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't think they're a good enough football team to begin with going into this year where I had them as this rebound team if they did come out slow like I do other teams. I think that other teams better in their conference. I don't think they're the team they were 2-3 years ago. Defensively, I think they're a little bit better.
Right.
But offensively, I think they're I love Ridley, but it's Matt Ryan. It's Matt Ryan's guy. I love Julio. But it's up to Matt Ryan and that offensive line.
No, you're not wrong.
And that's where they struggle, and that's where they struggled Sunday at.
Yeah.
And thank God they got some, they got a couple late points in that football game because we were talking about then you don't want them getting shut out.
Yeah, that was
because then they're coming out and scoring 40.
Yeah. That was really the big part. You're right because you're right, they get shut out. It's like Lock City, Atlanta winning.
Oh my God.
But you're right. They scored some late garbage points. Does that, to them, does that take the stench off of what week 1 was? Who knows?
Hell is going to freeze over because I think Kyle and I completely agree on this entire scenario. He said, disagree with the poll. Matt Ryan throws for 500 yards. I don't know about all that. But he says Carson balls out, but it won't be enough, 31-28. Defense stinks. Well, I don't want to say defense stinks. They gave up nothing in the second half first week.
Yeah.
But he said Doug is 1-8 in dome games, and we haven't won in Atlanta since 2009.
Yeah, I don't buy into that shit. I don't care. It's a different football team, different players. Like that stuff to me. I don't buy into. Like I can't go.
Yeah, you might not buy into it, but other people
I'm
do.
not going by what the record is in
there's
90. They haven't won since 92. So all the games from 92 on, I give a shit about. I care about this football team. Who's this football team? Not a team 2 years ago. Not a team 8 years ago. Or the last, you know what I mean? Like I don't care about them football teams. I care about the team right now.
Okay. And I mean, you can say Doug's won 8 in domes. Doug also hasn't lost to the Falcons.
Yeah. So there's the other side of it then. But again, they're different teams. But I think we're a better football team. We've handled this team when they were at their best, in my opinion. Right, a few years back when I thought that was one of their better teams, we handled them or escaped.
Yeah.
And the same thing last year, week 1. You know, there's the revenge side that the Falcons, I guess, can have. But if this team's who we think they are,
both of those were where?
Here, but that's a different, you know, that can play both sides.
And you know as well as anybody else, it's difficult to win on the road. You know, it's difficult to win on the road. It's difficult to win in someone else's
But
house.
if a team that I believe has
you're
Super Bowl
absolutely right.
aspirations, going to Atlanta isn't going to scare me. I'm the big dog on the block now. This is what I want the family to understand.
No one's saying that they're.
I'm not saying they're getting boat raced.
I'm not saying about either one of you. I'm talking to them now.
Talking to them.
I'm talking to Kyle. Kyle chimes
Okay.
in, I get hot. Okay, that's how it works. I get hot on the damn collar. Because at the end of the day, I'm not scared of anybody in this league. Not one team scares me anymore. Them Eagles days are over of being fearful of somebody. We're the big dog on the block. We're the last one to dethrone the damn GOAT, and I'm going to run with that until my quarterback's not playing here and my coach isn't here anymore. I got that much belief in this football team. Defensively, I think they're going to have a great bounce back early on in Atlanta. We didn't touch Case Keenum. You know how this league works, right? I feel like we're going to be all over Matt Ryan this weekend. It's just a feel because we didn't get any pressure. I think hopefully Jim Schwartz makes the adjustment and starts Sidney Jones over Sewell Douglas because that little that's been fun.
And this is where all the PFT stat heads. This is like so misleading because the Eagles had 3 defensive linemen in the top 5 last week in pressures. But how many sacks did they have?
Yeah, well, he did a great job of getting the ball out of his hand quick.
Yeah, he did.
You know, he really did.
Derek Barnett had 7 pressures. He led the league.
And 3 offsides.
In pressures. But what's a pressure if you don't get to the quarterback?
Yeah, it's just there.
When a guy's getting it out, like you said, that quick.
That quick. And you hope that the Falcons can't get it out that quick and, you know, whatever that case may be. But people are definitely –
That's what she said.
People are definitely fired up. He said, Bill Middlebrook.
Is that a reference back to the conversation we were having before we went on the air? Bump, bump, bump.
Bill, nobody was scared of the Skins. And he said 35-29 Eagles. Pete Evans, brothers. What's up,
Peter?
Pete?
Fluffy World Order.
Pop Martinez in the house. We beat the Falcons by beating them up front, just like we did against the Redskins the entire second half.
Pop.
Real talk, Pop. Love it. Welcome back, Pop. I haven't heard from you in a
I was
minute.
going to say, it's been a hot minute
it's been
since
a
we
minute.
It really is.
Pop.
Robbie Brinkman, so the Sam Bradford-led Eagles has a bearing on Sunday. The Kyle, get a clue. I agree. Anything to Kyle, get a clue.
Well,
Anybody else say it?
I don't disagree.
It's fine. I agree with
I
you.
don't disagree there.
Mike could have said, I said, oh, sounds, Mike makes a ton of sense. Kyle says it, get a clue. They're freaking hot. I have no issue with you two assuming they're losing. But once you tell me Matt Ryan's throwing for 500, like it's bad and easy, I'm out.
Hold on. Time out.
I'm out.
There's no assumption that they're losing. It's a feeling. I'm not assuming anything. They go down there and they beat them 41-14. I'm gonna be walking.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm rooting for a win.
I'm gonna do the Vince McMahon walk into work the next morning. And be like, hell yeah!
I also have been 12-4, so I got to come up with 4 losses every week.
Exactly.
No, you do, but there's a little bit of a gauntlet up part of the schedule too that I'm thinking about too. That's why I'm thinking about this game is a game I think I can get early on. I think we're a better. I know we're a better team than the Atlanta Falcons as of right now. You know, both teams healthy for the most part. Like, we're a better football team.
Yeah.
I expect to go down there. And
I mean, I agree. We
Sunday
are.
night
It's just,
football.
you know.
Sunday night football. We got some electric players on this football team that are primetime guys. I'm excited.
Hey, here's an interesting question from John DeCasanova. Says, what's up, guys? I'm going to ask a question again. But if you had to guarantee one of our players besides Wentz to remain healthy all season, who would it be? That's an easy one for me. It's a very easy one.
To remain healthy, one other person.
Yeah, I'm going Fletcher.
We need to be healthy.
Yeah, that you get to guarantee that they're healthy all year.
Fletcher.
Yeah, I'm going Fletcher. And if it's not Fletcher, it's Nigel. One of the two, but I'm going Fletcher.
Yeah, if it's not Fletcher, maybe it's Lane.
I'm thinking Lane or Jason Kelsey. just because Kelsey's that glue in the middle, and then Lane's obviously your right tackle.
Right.
But I'm not saying. I mean, Fletcher was actually the first one that came to mind. But then I'm like, I'm probably gonna go offensive line.
Real quick, fam, if you're just joining us, we want your score predictions, offense, defensive player of the game, chance to win. Listen, we upped it. $40 this week. Straight
money.
Straight cash. A little
Straight
walking
cash,
around
homie.
money. Just walking around money. Enjoy yourself.
Straight Venmo cash, homie.
But throw it in the comments. Let us know. Tyler Bettle. Yeah, I'm not going to get your last name right.
Who's that?
There you go.
Catch Bryce.
With the English guy.
Bedelia.
Tyler Bedelia. Fletch, no doubt to that question. Yup. Okay. Ellen, Pompey. Okay, well then good night then. I don't know what that was about. I don't know where you're going to sleep for. Tristan Russo.
Did she ask an earlier question that we ignored?
Maybe. There's so many coming in. I mean,
Sorry, Ellen.
Trying to get to everybody.
Don't hate us.
Tristan Russo, the offense is ridiculous. I'm not scared of shit. Let's go.
I never
That's
said
what I'm
I was
talking
scared.
about. Nobody's saying that you guys are scared.
I'm just clarifying.
We're just clarifying that we're the big dogs on the block.
You're right.
And when the pit bulls and the rots are walking down the street, we ain't scared of some little ass dog.
They're very loud.
I'm not scared. We're not scared. It's that simple.
Bleeding Green 72 says, "Yo, fellas," and then she says, "It's Gina. What's up, Gina?
What's up, Gina?
Todd Womack, Philly Dilly guys.
What's up, Todd?
Bryce Blackwell, yo.
Bryce.
Giddy up.
And then Kyle said, "I think we're a better team, but there are losses on the schedule as well, Tom." Gina says, "Not scared to go into Atlanta if the offense uses every single weapon we have. Defense does its job.
Hey, girl.
Foot smashed on the gas. We'll be all right."
Who said the comment before?
Kyle.
What did he say?
He said, "I think we're a better team, but there are losses on the schedule as well."
Yeah, I know there's going to be losses on the schedule. It's not going to be this Sunday.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's just my feel. You know what I mean? We're all talking about feels. Anything can happen.
Sure.
My feel, I like Washington, even though we talking book it, we talking all them things, I had the feel of the divisional in there in the back of my head.
John DeCasanova, never won in the Dome talk is BS before the Super Bowl.
Yep.
That was a Dome.
Quinky says later, brother.
See you, Mikey.
Todd Womack, week 1 rust is gone. Bring out the turnover mask. Let's get it. And then Kyle called you a jabroni and said they're going 16-0.
No, they're not going 16-0 at all. But I'm going to go tougher atmospheres, games that I think are letdown games. I'm going to go more of that. Coming over Washington when this isn't a letdown game for us. And the pressure is essentially on the Atlanta Falcons.
Sure.
Pressure's not on us right now.
No, you're absolutely
They
right
got to
there.
come down there and play perfect. So I'll take my chances that we're the better team. The pressure's on them. And obviously we're still a hungry team. It's not like we're like 6-0 or something like that where you're going to get complacent. It's early on in the season. Guys are still jacked up. And I think Deshaun has another monster game on primetime football, which he's been known to do. Guy loves his Sunday night and Monday night games when he's wore green. Bill Middlebrook, TA, you're 100%. Thanks, Bill. Feels good. Somebody get my back.
TA, don't talk to him like that.
Matt Winnington, 34-19 Birds.
Okay.
Keep
Birds.
jumping back
Which
and forth.
one?
Yeah, which one?
Which one? Here's the thing. If you predict the Birds to win, you can't go wrong. You either got the Philly Birds or the Dirty Birds, but either way, a bird wins. JR says 34-31 Eagles, no losses on the schedule.
Well, I disagree there. So I love where your head's at, but I disagree.
Love the enthusiasm for sure.
But no, I disagree with that. I mean, I have this team as a 13-3 football team. So I'm not going to start freaking tossing losses out early on in the year when I think they're better because I got to get to my number too. You know what I'm saying? Like you're talking about where you have 12-4, so you have to find the loss.
When did you go to 13-3?
I've been there.
You were always at 12-4.
I thought it was at 12-4.
I said my max number. It was my max number. It was my max out. It was my max out talk.
Sooner or later, we'll be at 16-0. Let's go.
We're never going to be at 16-0 because I'm not an idiot, and we're never going to be at 14-2, which is my max number is always 13-3. When I think you got whenever I thought we had a damn good team here, it would be a 13-3 as my top. And I just don't. The 14-2 shit, the 15-1 isn't realistic.
No, it's not.
So Kyle Cap chimed in and he said 41-24 Atlanta. And
Wait, what was the score?
41-24 Atlanta. This is Kyle Cap. And he says, what do you all do for work? So I'm assuming that this is like an out-of-town guy who's just getting acquainted with us.
Did you just pick off Billy Hamilton?
Yeah, but I don't know what the hell's going on. What do I do for work? I coach baseball.
Did this.
This
is what we do for work.
And I own A2D Radio. What do you guys do for work? Besides A2D Radio? Nothing.
Where should I start?
Yeah, you have time? Do you want us to send you our damn resumes? We can send them through to you. Just send your email, drop them in the comment section. Me, Mike, and Greg will get your resume right over to you.
I work in marketing technology. I do this show here. I do part-time on Birds of a Feather. Oh, yeah. I do NFL spotting and stats.
Lazy booking.
Honestly.
Yeah. What did I say?
Birds of a Feather.
Yeah, lazy booking.
We're in bird mode.
Dude, I do NFL spotting and stats. I call college games. I call high school games. And maybe I do one or two other things in my not-so-spare time. Is that good?
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
What comment did I miss, Alan?
Come on, Ellen. Help us out.
I might be late to the party. That's what I'm asking. Matt Winnington, if you don't know,
now you know
what Go Birds refers to in this town, roll out then.
Oh, Gina wants to know, Tom, what are your 3 losses?
I got to pull it up then. I'm not, you know what I mean? I got to pull up, Gina. You got to pull out. Hold on.
Hey,
give me a second, Gina. Can't let the wife know.
Come on. Think about it logically for a second. It's Dallas on the road is 1.
No, I got Dallas is 1. Road or home, I don't know yet.
Dallas is 1.
Dallas is 1.
Probably either Minnesota or Seattle.
I got to look.
I'm sorry, Minnesota or Green Bay.
It's not even the teams that get me. The only team that I guarantee a split with would be the Cowboys. Anything else is open season for me. Anything else is open season for me. So let me just give me a second, Gina. We're not rushing here. Talk amongst yourselves.
Kyle Cap, does that put food on the table? Dude, do I look like I've missed a meal?
I haven't missed a meal in a long time.
Does what put food on the table? A2D Radio? A2D Radio puts food on the table for me. So is that your question? Is it successful? Is it becoming even bigger and bigger? Because if you're here to troll, I'll fucking bury you. So shut up.
Well, not just buried, but fucking
It's corny. It's corny. Like you're trying to take shots.
Got it.
Who sent you, hon?
JR, Offensive Player of the Game, Deshaun Jackson. Honorable mention, Jordan Howard. Defensive Player, Brandon Graham. JR, screenshot it all. These are good choices. Real good choices. Kyle says New England is a loss. Kyle, I don't think it is. That game is here at 4:25 on a Sunday. I actually got them beating New England. Todd Womack, 31-17, Eagles Player of the Game. Miles Sanders, Defensive Player, going with either Sidney or Maddox. Make a choice. Give me one of them, Sidney or Maddox. And guys, I seriously, I didn't have a problem with Rasul playing as much as he did. I know there was some beef in the Real Talk group about Rasul splitting time with Sidney, but I felt like Rasul played well, and Sidney, he wasn't horrible, but I didn't have a problem with Rasul getting time.
It was probably more because of the coverages they were playing at the time.
Agreed.
And it just seemed like he was the one getting beat. You know what I mean? At least for the catches, and then having to come up from behind to make the tackles, and it just looked like he was out of position a lot. And again, you're right. That might not necessarily be him, but where he's supposed to be in the zone or whatever defense they looked more in the zone in the first half.
Yeah.
Than anything.
I have one loss to Dallas. I have a. People are going to laugh at this. I have a loss in Buffalo.
I wouldn't laugh at that. That's a tough place to play.
Because I think they beat Dallas in Dallas. And I think that's the letdown, a comeback letdown. And then I could very well – you could toss up that New England, Seattle. I don't see the gauntlet on here. Maybe you could throw –
I think Minnesota on the road is a tough game.
Minnesota on the road is a tough game, but then I could have them losing to Minnesota, beating Dallas, losing to Buffalo, and then they roll until the next Cowboys game. So something like that. It's hard to go. It's hard to do this. But I have them, like I said, 13-3, as the max, and 12-4, like realistically where they should be. So
let's just rewind for a minute, because what do we always say is that you can look at the schedule, but your gut feeling is that they're going to win X number of games.
Yeah.
And that number could be 10, 11, 12, 13, whatever the case may be. You feel like they're a 13-win football team. That's fine. Maybe the 3 losses don't come where you expect them to come.
Yeah.
But it's still a 13-win football team,
Yeah, it could come from the Giants. Who knows?
Yeah.
In New York, in the Meadowlands,
Right,
and they could beat the Cowboys twice. Like it could come from Washington and Washington. It just come from anywhere. It could be random or
right. Well, I had said early on that I thought this was an 11-5 team, but they could get through their first half at 4-4. Well, now I don't think that. Because I'm looking at some of these teams and I'm thinking, there's not a snowball's chance in hell that they lose to Green Bay.
It's just weird. Like our home games are good home games, right?
Yeah.
Like we're not New England on the road. We're not Seattle on the road. So
Right.
you have to, like Mike said, you have to factor that in. Like he doesn't think they lose to New England because it's at home. Seattle, I'm not as scared of them coming here.
Right.
A West Coast team coming out here, I'm not as worried about. So it's really weird. Like you almost have to look at did the Jets come here in like a letdown game
and squeak one
and
out?
squeak one out, because all our home ones are very favorable. When the only travel road games, like Mike said, Minnesota's a tough place, obviously, and Green Bay. Outside of there, and Dallas, outside of there, I'm not going anywhere tough. Atlanta atmosphere is tough, but the team isn't as tough as them other teams.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I got you.
So it's really can play out so many different ways. It's fun. Listen.
Yeah.
It was a Christmas morning for grown-ups Sunday. It was so much fun. It felt good to have football back, and it felt good to see Carson and Deshaun get that connection, as well as showing that resiliency at half to come out and say, you know what, we're better. Let's go act like it, and then essentially blow a team out in the second half.
That was like watching that first half. We watched it together. There was zero reaction out of me because you could just tell they were just not there.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they were making bad plays or they turned the ball over 4 times and they were playing, it
was their preseason.
They were just being shitty.
Yeah.
And just weren't there yet. And you knew that was going to change. That's why I was like, all right, let's just keep it somewhat close so that we can come back.
As evidenced by the sunburn here. I sat there and cooked for 3 hours, but there was not any point on Sunday where I sat there thinking to myself, oh, my God, we're losing this game.
No, absolutely not.
In fact, not only did I not think that they weren't going to lose, or I'm sorry.
Eileen,
not only
Ellen.
Ellen.
I think I was calling her Ellen.
Not only did I believe they were going to win, I actually believed they were going to cover.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to roll at 32-20, and then they just, they started playing that soft prevent.
Like they did in the first half.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, first half they were soft. Second half they were prevent.
No, yeah.
And we all know the prevent does nothing but prevent you from winning.
Prevent you from stopping them.
Yeah.
Fam, if you just joined us, our poll question. The Eagles will beat the Falcons. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Chime in. Throughout the show later on, we're going to give you our one fantasy play from everybody. We'll also, what I like to do, just for the gambling aspect as well, is give you that one lock of the week too. Obviously Sunday we're not going to be on Sunday morning to give locks, so
right.
we'll give a lock.
It's probably a good thing because
we did.
What time are you guys going on Sunday?
We're not.
We probably lost a lot of
because
mortgages.
we're just going to be at the A2D watch party up at Pinsatter's Bar and Brawl or Bar and Bowl. You can brawl too. It's acceptable around us. Get out. Nope.
Oh
no, it's not acceptable. We're trying to get a sponsor first.
Yeah, no, it's not acceptable. It's obviously a joke. Pinsatter's Bar and Bowl.
And Bowl.
Merchantville, New Jersey. Come up there, 7 to 11. We'll be up there watching Eagles Falcons. $20 get you all you can eat. Get you in the door. Come enjoy it. We'll have 50-50 raffle for some Eagles tickets.
Giddy up.
So that'll be fun, and we'll have some A2D merch that we'll be giving away. And you can come get in some videos with us, yell and scream, and let's go. That's why I can't predict a loss. It's a big night. It's a big event. It's the first ever watch party that we're inviting everyone. There's a Facebook event, fam, for it.
I'll check in with you guys.
Let's go.
Come
join us.
I'll check in with you guys and see how it's going that night.
Come join us.
I'm gonna want to hear the post game stories next week, though.
Yeah. Tristan Russo. As soon as the first bomb, the D-Jacks happened, I knew he woke up. I guess he's talking about
Carson.
Eileen says, got to run. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks,
you
Eileen.
Too.
Thanks, Eileen. To the left.
Sorry we missed the comments earlier. Clay Ferguson, prevent defense is the worst, cost the Texans. No,
It
did. And then, but as soon as they scored in that game, you're like,
But
yeah.
at the same time,
Still not
whoever is home in that, like the Texans win that game 9 out of 10 times, except for against the Saints in the Superdome. You know what I mean? They're home, they win that game. If they're neutral field, they win that game.
It doesn't hurt that Drew Brees is a surgeon.
Yeah.
What was Tyler's last name again? That you nailed?
Badillion?
Badillion, yeah. 34, Eagles 34, Falcons 20. Offensive player Wentz. It's prime time, baby. It's time for Carson to make a statement, and he will. Defense Jenkins. He gets a late pick that seals it. That's a great prediction, Tyler. That's a great one. I feel like a winner. Winner talk. Let's go. But I'm right with them. Like I just feel like this offense found themselves a little bit in the second half. I think that's going to carry over, and I think this could be one of them games where they just light it up offensively. Like I can see a monster performance from a lot of guys getting touches because you saw a ton of guys getting touches last Sunday. Everybody got involved in this offense, and I still think there's even more room for not only just one guy having a big game, but other guys having big games too.
No.
That's going to happen.
Here's the thing. I'm not worried one bit about the offense.
You're worried, but defensively, rightfully so.
I'm going to tell you that Julio Jones
owns their ass.
Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, and Mohamed Sanu are not Trey Quinn, Terry McLaurin, and Vernon Davis.
No. But listen, we went in the last week's game, everybody talking about it. I talk about Atlanta has a bad offensive line. We went in the last week's game against Washington, known to have a bad line. And, yeah, we had pressures, but couldn't get Case Keenum down. You got to get Matt Ryan on the turf this Sunday if this prediction holds true, right? That the Eagles win. You have to beat him up. You have to pressure him because Matt Ryan's a guy, again, pressured, which a lot of these not unmobile quarterbacks can do. When he's pressured up the middle and in his face, that creates a ton of turnovers.
No doubt.
You know,
Devontae Freeman and Ito Smith don't scare me out of the backfield. I mean, it's a decent tandem, but they don't scare me. But you got to shut down that passing game. You absolutely have to.
No, and listen, they love to throw the football. Yep. And, how improves their defense matching up against our offense. I think, again, we have, top 2 offensive lines in football. I think we're going to protect well, and let's go. I just feel like this team is built to get on a little roll. That's a strike, too.
Catcher didn't do him any favors.
No, not at all.
That's a strike.
Because he missed the spot by the plate.
A foot and a half. Hey, look how far outside Flowers is set up, though. That's completely on him.
Yeah.
No, it is. You're not going to get that call. You're not going to get that call, nor should you get that call. Because Harper would have freaked out.
Yeah.
Because he's seen the glove slide back in, too, you know?
Oh, no, absolutely.
All right, Reese, here you go, baby.
Hold on a second. Kyle.
Which one, Kyle or Kyle Cap?
No, Kyle. Like our Kyle. Tom doesn't read the fucking YouTube comments. I do. If you want to address something to Tom, either put it in the Facebook chat or just make your damn comment because Tom will respond.
Oh, I'll respond to you.
He addresses in the YouTube chat, Tom, ... Vernon Davis, 50-year-old Vernon Davis hurdled us and broke off 2 tackles.
A Hall of Famer? Yeah, that's funny. A borderline Hall of Fame got numbers, right? Am I not wrong, now? It's a borderline
I actually haven't.
I got to look at his numbers, but his numbers got to be, tight end-wise, have to be borderline Robbie, right? Vernon Davis, he's got to be borderline Hall of Fame numbers for as long as he's played.
At least, especially longevity-wise.
Yeah, like longevity and, one of the newer guys to, start that position of being, big-time athletic.
Now Kyle's butthurt. Dude, we love the contributions. Just saying. Tom's not reading the YouTube chat. You don't have to direct your comments just to him.
So he's got 577 catches.
He's just saying make it equal opportunity, Kyle.
For just 7,500 yards and 63 touchdowns.
Oh, that's it?
Highs of 13 in 2 years, 2009 and 2013. His high catch was probably their Super Bowl year, I'm guessing, was 2009, or the Super Bowl they were in. Was 78 catches for just shy of 1,000 and 13 touchdowns.
All right, I mean, he's borderline.
Yeah.
He said he's borderline. But why does one play – this is a league –
About the league, too.
Yeah.
Dude, this is what I'm trying to explain to you. Do you realize other teams are getting paid to make plays? That's what everybody always forgets.
Yeah.
Right? Listen, the guy made a play. We didn't tackle well. So now our defense is the worst defense in football? And when we came out in the second half and owned their ass, how are they not good? To me, they did the typical response that I thought they would do. Right? They made adjustments.
Kyle's right. He says it was embarrassing, but here's the thing.
What's embarrassing about a win?
No, he was talking about the missed tackle and the Vernon Davis play.
Yeah.
Every team
He slipped.
Right, but if you look, every team in the NFL that didn't play their starters significant time in the preseason had shoddy tackling in the first half on Sunday.
Yeah.
It was every single team.
Kyle lived on that he believed the preseason. I don't care because it's the first half of football.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of other teams aren't doing it either. And we came into the season with a healthy group of guys. You know, that's the big factor here. We came in healthy like we wanted to be, right? And that's all that matters, and we're out of week 1.
So it's now confirmed that Kyle Kapp is absolutely a troll.
Yeah.
So it says A2D, when does Wentz take his annual season-ending injury? Okay.
I don't know, bro. You tell us. You know, we're gonna automatically assume a guy's gonna get hurt. Again, that narrative doesn't fly with me because the guy has played a full 16 games. So whenever you want to wake up to that and come with a different narrative, I'm all for the debate. I'm all for it. But when's he going to get hurt again? Debate. It's the NFL, babe. It's the National Football League. In case you miss it, a lot of guys get hurt. Ton of guys.
It's a 100% injury rate.
Nick. Love Nick. Boom. That's Nick.
Deuces.
Nick's got an injury list like 10 pages.
That might be it.
Another shoulder injury?
But I'm just saying.
Another shoulder injury.
Yes, another shoulder injury for a guy who's already.
North Dakota Mama. I'm sorry, finish up.
No, it's perfect time for her.
Another.
Mama knows when to come in. Mama heard the bell. Mama heard the Carson bell. And she said, I'm coming for my boy. I'm coming for my boy.
Well, and of course, she agrees 28-15. Carson and Brandon Graham are her offensive and defensive players of the game.
Little two.
A lot of field goals from that, bro. I could use some after a goose egg.
Going for the 2.
Come on, Reese. This is the big spots we're talking about, babe. Let's go. Come on. Hit a baseball in the gap one time. Oh, God, did that stop it? I'm like, if he went down and hit that out, like, it just looked weird off the bat.
It looked like a pop-up.
Yeah, I just got excited. All right, let me hope. Bill Middlebrook, the offense can't score on the sidelines. Run. They also have injuries on the O-line. They just lost, only scoring 12 points. So, yeah, I mean, all facts. Now it's the NFL, and they can come out rolling like these boys are saying.
Yeah.
You know, they expect a big-time response from the Falcons. I disagree with it, but it doesn't have a lot of validity to it. I just think that they're the press team right now because they played, and there's some hot seats going on there. There's got to be some hot seats if they get off to a slow start because they've underachieved this whole little tenure.
No, you're absolutely right.
Gina's yelling at me because I missed her prediction. She said Eagles win 38-31. Offensive player Deshaun, defensive player Brandon Graham. There's a lot of Brandon Graham love tonight.
Because the Eagles just released a video, I think, on Twitter with him mic'd up from game 1.
Was he jazzed?
And he was jazzed. Yeah. First of all, he couldn't find his mouthpiece like 7 times. He just kept looking on where's my mouthpiece? Mouthpiece. And then, but no, he was jazzed.
He wanted them Popeye's chicken sandwiches, too.
He did. He asked every offensive lineman, he goes, I hear you giving out Popeye's chicken sandwiches. And then in the game, he's like, I'm coming for him.
Hey, 7-6.
Hey, 7-6. You got the spicy chicken
sandwich?
sandwich?
Spicy chicken sandwich? My God, I was dying.
Michael DeAndrea, Carson Wentz revenge tour 2019. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Actually, Spidey chimed in and said Carson throws 39 tutties this year, and Foolish Demon says I got 42 for Carson. Numbers getting big.
I thought
we had that over under a 39?
Well, I think we said it at 35.
Right.
Ended up going
Vegas
down.
is at 28.
Yeah, I'm way over Vegas. 28. That's cute.
I thought because we were on this week, I'm like 39 touchdowns this week. I'm like, holy smokes.
The 39, you got 36 more in 14 games. It's very doable. You kidding me?
Right now he's on pace for 48.
Yeah, I mean, I was over 30.
Would have been on pace for 64, but one of them turned into a lateral.
Yeah.
That pissed me off too because I'm thinking MVP talk too. So I'm getting a little Madden-ish late on the game, like the tack-ons. You know what I mean? You got to get your guys some numbers. You know how we all done it in the past in our primes,
or especially in NCAA when you got a Heisman guy.
Yeah, you got to treat people right.
You got to go.
Guys talking about maybe transferring. I got to give them the football a little bit. You know, little things like that. Like,
hold on a sec, though. Like, I mean, we're having fun with this, but like hashtag real talk. what we saw on third down on Sunday was vintage, like 2017 Carson
Wentz.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was
That was
disgusting.
12 of 13, a perfect passer rating and 3 touchdowns.
Mike, what do they call them downs?
That's the money down.
That's the money down.
I mean,
We're trying to give you walking away
it was
money on your
disgusting.
predictions. That's the money downs.
It was disgusting how good he was on third down.
Yeah.
Because
No, I
watching
get
the
it.
game live,
I get it. It's the Redskins.
But watching a game live, you didn't always realize it was third down.
But that's
You know what I
that's
mean?
the only thing. Just because people might say it's the Redskins, that defense is good. I'm going to keep telling people that defense over there is really good.
They're okay.
They're good. Listen, when you got Pro Bowlers on your line, when you got Pro Bowlers in your secondary, you're pretty good. When you have two premier guys at their position in your secondary, and a guy's 12 for 13 on third downs against you, Josh Norman is a top 5 corner, and Landon Collins is a top 5 safety. If you like his cover skills or not, he's a freak athlete. Ryan Kerrigan is the most underrated lineman in football, and the big boy got hurt.
Lane just handles him.
Oh,
so.
did you see the one video he manhandled? So that's the only thing. I get it's the Redskins and they're not supposed to be good, but last year what kept them in a playoff conversation with Alex Smith early on was their defense.
Right.
And they went out and they actually got better defensively a little bit. But no, it is still the Redskins. But you're not throwing against a bunch of jabrones out there.
Against high school
yeah,
kids.
you're throwing against a freaking Pro Bowl corner, one of the best in his position, and the safety back there that's one of the best in his position, and got paid like it too.
Yeah.
So that just gives me even more confidence because that was my worry. Is Ryan Kerrigan going to be all over Carson? Or is this going to be the same old thing? They're going to just D us up. They always play us tough.
Yeah.
And early on, you started to see that. You're like, shit. And the big problem is, people are all bitching about the offense early on. They didn't get a chance to have the football.
Right, yeah, they didn't have it much.
They couldn't even get on the football. They
Well,
couldn't
you
get on
think
the
about
field.
that first drive, you had the catch to Deshaun for the first down, but then you had that penalty as well.
Yeah.
So it backed them up, and it was like you could never get into a momentum.
I'm sorry. I'm cracking up at some of the shit that's going on in this YouTube chat. These guys
Or
are hot.
Nick
They are-
Vincent on the mound.
They are hot on each other right now. Oh, my God.
During the chaos of it all, there was a good question from John DeCasanova I want to throw at you guys. What do you think about possibly trading for Xavier Howard from Miami?
It depends on what you'd have to give up, honestly.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the name. What position?
I think
Is
it's
that the cornerback?
corner, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, do you give up when you have the depth that we have here? Do you really go give up something after 1 week? When it seemed like
who just went and bet Miami over?
Baltimore.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, Lamar Jackson just threw the football in all kinds of different places, right? I mean, all over the place.
Attaboy Hayes.
I'll tell you one thing. Unless it's Minka, I ain't picking up the phone for nobody from the Miami Dolphins, all right? Because they got flat out shredded in their secondary and all over the football field. So if it ain't Minka, I ain't talking.
Wait. Hold on. Kyle Cap says A2D just admitted Dak is trash.
No. Why would I admit that? Because it's not true. I don't think he's trash.
We don't like him. Doesn't mean we think he's trash.
Just because I have an agenda of the hatred of the Dallas Cowboys doesn't mean I can't tell you that Dak's a good quarterback.
He also says Josh Norman is trash.
Josh Norman's not trash, dude. Jesus God. If Josh Norman's trash, then we have the worst corners ever. Ever. If he's trash. Who in our defensive backfield is better than Josh Norman? Darby? No.
Nobody.
Sid? No.
Cravon LeBlanc.
LeBlanc with a little pinky out? No. Come on, man. I mean, I hate the Cowboys too. I hate other teams too. But it doesn't mean everybody on these teams stink.
Yeah.
Dak's a good quarterback. His accuracy looks better. He's big. He's strong.
Look, we're not taking him over Carson, but he's a good quarterback.
No, yeah, I'm never taking him over Carson.
I think a lot of the pieces around him now being in place helps make him look better too. Receivers that know how to run routes appropriately is going to make for a better, accurate quarterback.
He's getting more into the prime of his career. I don't want to make it a Dak Prescott show, but he's coming into the prime of his career. He seems like he's a leader. He seems like he gets it on and off the field. So I have no issues with Dak Prescott. You know what I mean?
He also played Little Sisters of the Poor JV. So.
Yeah.
This is true.
You played Saquon, who doesn't play defense, and a bunch of guys.
And some guys.
Right. Josh Rosen should have retired after his first little, hurrah in Arizona because he stinks. He stinks. That's why he's on Miami, because they're the worst team in football, and that's where all the trash is right now, outside of Minka.
I'll never
convert outside of Minka.
I'll never say Dak sucks.
No, I
You
can't.
can't.
Cowboys suck, but they're good. Exactly. They're damn good, but they suck. Is that fair? Can people wrap their head around that just because we're from Philadelphia and we're Eagles fans doesn't mean we have to have like this blind hatred too?
Yeah.
Like where we can't admit like I've admitted for years like, damn, that offensive line is too good.
No, Kyle just said it may piss some people off, but by the looks of it, I think Cowboys are the best overall team in the East.
See, I disagree there. I think they're right there though.
But you said last week it's like 1 and 1A.
Yeah.
If the Cowboys go 13-3 and the Eagles go 12-4, I'm not going to be surprised. Vice versa.
Right.
I think they're the class of the NFC. I think they're both better than the LA Rams. I'm telling you, I think it's Eagles Cowboys NFC title game. I really do. Which we're going to love, baby. Let's go.
It could happen.
Ratings talk. A little walking around money. Dak is best to play action.
Hold on.
No, you're right, Joey.
Hold on.
But
Gina said cowgirls are not the best in the East. Lay off the crack pipe. Gina, it's not a crack thing. It's real talk.
they're good.
Real talk. They're a good football team.
They build a defense. You understand this? It's what people don't want to
Two of the
admit.
best linebackers in the NFL.
Yeah, they build a defense.
Jalen Smith, I mean, again, I don't care if he's a Cowboy. I don't care if he's whoever. I'm going to root for a guy like Jalen Smith always.
Yeah, well, Ryan says Dak is good, nothing more. Carson is great. I'll say Dak can be really good. But, yeah, I agree. Carson is great. But it doesn't mean Dak can't be
Exactly what the Cowboys need him to
But
be.
in the next 2 years, a top 5 quarterback. There doesn't mean his numbers couldn't be top 5 worthy because they get pieces around him too. I get it. But Carson's got a ton of pieces around him too. So, it's going to be a great battle for years because both these teams are young.
It was funny.
And you know what I mean? They're young in key spots.
And don't take it away from what I'm saying, too. There has been some progress that you can see it in his game.
Absolutely.
And I think it helps any quarterback to have good pieces around him. Generally, you want your quarterback to be the guy, right? And sometimes you have more of a team effort. And that's what you get more in Dallas.
Well,
I love how our Dallas apologist producer chimes in. It's like just he's educating the people on the Cowboys culture. I love it.
You told me I had carte blanche on the show.
I do. You
That's it. I'm gone.
You got guys on. You got guys on YouTube slitting right now.
Hold on.
Whoa!
Nobody told you didn't. He give me that. She takes a yard, and then he takes it right back. Give me my yard back. I want it.
No, it was funny watching the game on
People
Sunday.
people on YouTube are like, I'm done with A2D. This is unbelievable. The Cowboys, they got the Cowboys as a good team.
You forgot they had Randall Cobb. Like you saw the ticker come across when they signed. They were like, "Oh, Cowboys got Randall Cobb," and then he's all over the field.
I did. I told Robbie last week Randall Cobb will be healthy for 4 games, and now I look like a jabron because he looked like spry and young out there.
Well, that was one of the 4.
It's 1 of the 4. I got 3 weeks left.
But isn't it all that much better and sweeter when you have a great team in your division and you beat them?
Absolutely.
To get to the Super Bowl?
Who was
don't
begging
you
for
want
Zeke?
that?
I
Don't you want
almost
that?
got Zeke from Cabo and delivered him to you. I'm like, I don't want to beat you
No
without
excuses.
him.
Right,
I want to demolish
right,
you
right.
with him.
Oh
I
my
want to
God.
go to the Big D, and I want to shove some Big D's up his you-know-what, and let's go to work.
I'm crying over here. Oh, my God.
I want the best.
Yeah.
Like back in the day when Irvin and all them guys were playing, like, I wanted to beat them. It always was beating that
That's
trio.
what made that 4th down stand, the goal line,
Even
for the
bigger.
goal. That's what made it so huge.
Actually, TTP Ballin said,
What
look,
up?
My brother.
look at the guys on their defense. DeMarcus Lawrence, Van Der Esch, Jalen Smith. These guys are studs. I
Byron
hate the
Jones.
team.
Byron Jones.
He says, I hate the team, but they're dangerous. And then Foolish Demon immediately says, Byron Jones.
They're good. I think we're better. We're going to find out. But I think we're better.
Yeah.
And another part of this process is why, we got to go beat Atlanta, man. We're going to have to keep up with them if we want to win the division.
Sure.
So to me, we got to win 13 games or at least 12. To want to, stamp the division or come down to a tiebreaker, especially if you're thinking you're splitting with that.
Yeah.
Which means even more emphasis going 5-1 in this division.
Right.
Because that's the next tiebreaker after head-to-head.
So Eagle01 says, I'm still angry about this Mike Scott thing. And then he says, E-Rock started this mess. Stay with us, okay? After the break, we're going to talk about the Mike Scott situation, and I have something directly to say about that, so stay with us.
Yeah,
it's a little tease.
And E-Rock wants to tell people how to be fans. Okay. We're good. We're good. Thanks for the history on the vet because I had no clue on how the vet went down, babe. Thanks for your freaking 6-minute video of you just spitting out nonsense that nobody cares about.
And cuts and recuts.
Yeah. Well, if you want people to act better, maybe you should have people act better at your tailgate then. I don't know. I'm just.
I'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into it later. Got him. Oh boy, good
Thank
shoot.
God Bryce is there because Nick Vincent does it again.
Well, it's Nick Vincent. Go. Okay, so
Nick frickin' Vincent.
let's get into our score predictions before we hit the break here in about 10 minutes.
Outfield assist.
No, he's a stud, dude. But Philly's still alive, coming there to the last at bats here in the ninth.
So hold on. So 31.
Dude, he didn't even. Mike, he fielded that like oh my God.
Infielder.
Yeah, he fielded it like flat-footed and was like, watch, soup. Oops! Oh my God, that's so much arm strength.
Hose.
Are you kidding me? Not even a pro step. Like, are you kidding me with that throw?
Yeah,
a little ball. The JT get a little something to go home
Get a little
with.
handsy.
What do you got?
So 31, 104, and a career high in doubles. But he's still overrated and overpaid. And
I don't get into all that.
Yeah.
He's a good baseball player. He's a damn good one, and I'm happy to have him.
And he hustles, busts it every play.
And he wants to play every day.
Yeah.
Him and JT, too.
I mean, yeah, did we want 40? Sure.
Yeah.
Will I settle for 35?
Would 40 maybe have gotten me in a better position right now?
Might have.
If he's having a
But
year like
he's not-
Bellinger and these other guys, yeah, sure.
But there was enough guys not around him doing things or
you're
not
right.
doing anything.
So let's get into our predictions
Yep.
before we hit break. And obviously on the other side, we'll continue our Eagles talk. We'll get into Mike Scott's situation. We'll give her some locks of the week for week 1 betting and fantasy as well.
JR says, can we just skip the Phillies, please? So tired of that team.
It's
We
fine.
might.
Unless they come back and win in the 9th, we can skip
Yeah, we
them.
will skip it.
Unless the Cubs lose again.
Look, they're always on the menu. You don't necessarily have to order it.
No, yeah, they're on the back. They're there.
It's like soup. It's always there. You don't need to order it.
Super salad. We just might go salad tonight.
Yeah, we're going salad, and that's
I
Mike
don't know.
Scott.
Hey.
I don't know if we've ever gone salad.
All right.
My hair point fingers.
Greg, you want to start?
34-31. Falcons.
Okay.
Player of the game is Julio. And
31 what?
34-31.
Okay. Little field goal piece.
Yeah. Julio and, to be honest, I don't know. I don't have a defensive guy on my
Vic Beasley.
Vic Beasley.
There you go. I'm here to help you. You don't even know
I
his
can't
name.
pick an Eagle because
No,
I'm mush right now.
No, I got you.
I picked Malik Jackson, and he's hurt for the year.
That's why I'm guaranteeing a victory Sunday.
That's funny because I'm going 34-28.
Sweep said you ain't eating the salad.
As a first course, baby.
All right, go ahead, second course.
34-28. I'm going Calvin Ridley.
Okay.
And probably have to also go with Vic Beasley. I think whatever happens defensively for Atlanta is going to be dictated by Vic Beasley. When the score of the game is that high, can you really have a defensive player of the game?
No.
I mean, you have to give one, but that's where I'm at.
He gets a sack or two.
Yeah.
34-24. Late field goal. Ices it for the Eagles.
34-24?
34-24.
Oh, okay. The field goal puts you up 10. Ices. I got you.
Field goal puts you up 10 late. Just
Yep.
the ice talk.
Ice, baby.
Put it away.
Offensive player of the game, it's simple to me. It's not going to change until something changes, and that's 11. Because I think he's just going to flat out spin it all year and put people on notice. And I'm excited for week in, week out just to see that too, as well as seeing the Eagles. You know what I mean? And it's prime time. We talk about a revenge season, a response season, all them things. I think it continues this Sunday.
this out real quick.
I think he's over 300 again. That's a good catch. I think it's over 300 again. And I think 4 TDs.
Ooh. He takes the one back from the
lateral. Takes the one back.
How about this, though, real quick? You're talking about, prime time, Sunday night, whatever. 5 primetime games and 7 national games for the Birds this year. You think the NFL and the networks don't know that
Who's the big boy in the
Carson equals
money?
a little,
Yeah.
a little
Don't
scratch.
know, now you know.
Both Dallas games are national, 1 primetime, 4 other primetime games. It's
They know.
They know.
And this is what starts the primetime show. And defensively, I'm going to go with a guy. Mike talked about a ton of pressures last week, had some bonehead offsides. But I'm going to go with Derek Barnett on the blind side of Matt Ryan. You know, to me, when there's a statue back there, Derek's going to get there. And if he statues up, I can see a strip sack in real good field position, something to give you an easy 7 or maybe even a defensive score, you know, where a strip, somebody picks up and goes. I can just see something like that. Matt Ryan has a tendency of that.
He definitely does.
So that's where I see it. You know, I think Atlanta's going to score points. That's what Atlanta does. I think it's going to be a close football game to the very end. You know, I think they could even be up 7, and we make a little run and go up 7, and then get a bunch unanswered, like a little response like we did almost in Washington.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be easy. I think it's going to be a dogfight. But I just believe we're the better football team. Yeah. I really, truly do. I believe more in our head football coach. I believe more in his halftime adjustments. Do I believe in Jim Schwartz? Not really. But, again, he made good adjustments in the second half of the Washington game. Yeah. But what helps you is take 2 – listen, in this league, it takes 2 to tango. You got to get off the field on 3rd freaking down to give your offensive football back. What happened in the first half is nobody got off the football field, okay? So our offense was never on the field. So you look at time possession, it's real simple. At that time possession, a little more even in the first half. It's probably a tie football game.
Could be.
Make sense?
Yeah, there's actually
so that's where you got to look at it.
A lot of predictions rolling in on the tube.
Love it.
Sorry.
That's a fucking ball.
Foolish Demon, 28-24 Philly. I already gave you Gina's. TTP says 23-18 Eagles, Miles Sanders and Nigel. John DeCasanova, 28-27 Eagles, Dallas and Ertz. So I guess the tight ends on offense.
A little combo. I love it.
Cox on defense. TTP Ballin says Calvin Ridley is a pimp. That's why I took him.
Oh, he's a pimp.
Bill Middlebrook says Eagles 35-29. Offense Howard, defense Cox. Let's go. And Mile High 6 says I got the Eagles winning versus Atlanta.
Cool.
Kyle Cap, I guess you mentioned the fantasy lock. Says I had Sammy Watkins on my bench last week.
Yeah, you're not
Pretty
alone,
much
brother.
so did everybody else.
You're not alone.
And he will not be on anybody's benches this week.
My buddy,
Tyreek out.
I guarantee you he gets started in 100% of leagues.
Yeah, my buddy in my one keeper league offered me Sammy Watkins before Sunday for AB, and I said I can't make that move with a straight face, and I still want it. Even if he offered it again to me today, I still want it. Sammy's gonna have a good year, you know, especially with Tyreek out. But you know, I expect him to have a little slower of a week this week. You know, I don't think he's put up a 56 for you again in your fantasy leagues.
Well, it'll be interesting, though, because
We'll probably get a touch, guaranteed.
The guy that they're going to slot in for Tyreek Hill, Nicole Hardeman,
He's a little mover and shaker type kid.
But he's got speed for days.
That's what I mean. Is he like Tyreek in a way?
I mean, it could be a situation where they plug him in and they just do not skip a beat.
Is he like Tyreek size, like a 6-footer though?
I think he's a little bigger. Robbie, he's a little bigger, right?
He's just a little bigger, but he's was drafted exactly for if Tyreek Hill was suspended from the domestic violence issue. So he has the same skill set, and that's what makes me think I'm jumping ahead. That was going to be my lock of the week for you guys.
You can have it.
I'll come up with another one.
No. Oh, yeah, you will. Yeah, you will.
Yeah, but what's going to happen is everybody's going to be chasing the Sammy Watkins points this week.
Yes, I agree.
And I think it's going to be Hardman that's going to be the guy that pays off.
I think Kelsey has a big one too, but we'll get into that because he didn't have the big one week 1. I think they do a great job of getting. You know, Andy's always done a great job of spread city. I think Watkins gets the TD.
I actually think Shady has the big week for Kansas City this week.
You could be right. Oh, my God. You imagine it. And then imagine if we lose Sunday night. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Shady went for 110 and 2 touchdowns, and we lost on the road.
Spidey in the house. Sorry, Spidey in the house. Melanson. Melanson. I can't say anything right now. Serious hook right now. I can't even go on this Melanson. I hate reading stuff. Especially when I know a guy's name.
I used to call him Melanson, though, like when he first blew up in fantasy. I'm like, who's this Mark Melanson guy?
Robbie, isolate that and then just cut off the stuff. I hate reading. Tom Arnone.
No notes.
No notes.
No notes, Cliff Notes. That's all we did in college, baby. It was Cliff Notes City. My one buddy tonight I work with is like, dude, we got to do like these notes for work and stuff. And he's like, I think I'm just going to start wearing the shirt in because I don't do the notes. And he's like, and I always like, you know, try to tell her I don't need it because I like doing it in my head. I was like, dude, just rock the shirt every day at work.
Hold on. Kyle Cap is back.
Uh-oh.
He's back. But I mean, he's back in a good way. He says, real talk, I have Wentz as my quarterback in fantasy because, honestly, I believe he will stay healthy the entire year.
Giddy up!
And it circles back. He's back. We got him back.
So we just went from trolling to now loving. This is what happens at A2D. Everybody starts out trying to take jabs, and then you become family. It's weird. It's weird how it happens.
Well, Kyle says, does it make me a bad fan that I'm starting Matt Ryan and Julio and FanDuel? No, not at all.
No, listen.
It makes you a smart gambler.
Kyle, it's about money, brother, and, it's about making
Especially
money.
because Matt Ryan's probably a mid-tier, low-level QB, like money-wise, so you can spend iron at other spots.
But remember, fam, on the other side, we'll have Mike Scott conversation as well. Mike's got some info on that we'll talk about. Phil's still going on here. One out, man on first. Oh.
Could have put a coat on that hanger.
We'll do our lock of the week like we're talking about, not only gambling purposes, but DFS and fantasy. And we'll continue our Eagles conversation. It's Bird Talk, Bird Week, Eagles-Falcons preview. And remember, this Sunday, 7-11, Pinsetters Bar and Bowl, Merchantville, New Jersey. You can come out and sit with us, watch the game, yell and scream. $20, all you can eat. Come on out. Greg doesn't like the all you can eat comment. Come on out. Enjoy it with us. You can find the event on my Facebook page, Thomas Arnone. I know a lot of these guys have shared it, so you pretty much find it everywhere. Or you can just search events, A2D, Eagles, Falcons Watch Party.
Yeah, absolutely.
Real simple, fam. Looking forward to everybody staying with us on the other side. And Eagles talk will not end because we continue to want your score predictions. We continue to want your players of the game and all that fun stuff. What do you got?
Kyle says I'm going to the bar.
Well, put us on in one ear in the bar, brother.
No, I know. I mean, I think he's talking about Sunday night.
Oh, he's coming.
Giddy up!
Oh, let's go. Was Kyle the one that was taking shots earlier?
Kyle.
Like us making money and this, that, and the third?
No.
Was that him?
Not that I'm aware of.
Who was that guy?
Kyle Meager or Kyle Cap?
No, Kyle Meager says he's coming to the bar.
Yeah,
We thought that. We thought that. It was, you already said you're going.
Good night, Gina.
Good night, Gina.
And Bill, we're coming back, buddy. Stay with us.
First and second, one out. There's Brad Miller. Where's the plant? Where's the plant?
It's dead up there.
Get your bamboo ready.
Get the bamboo back. Bring it out. We'll live it again. Look at that. I love baseball. That's a hit. You know what I mean? A little spinner.
That's why he leads
Fam,
the team in hits.
Tom,
Mike,
AM,
in the PA.
A2D Radio. Every Wednesday night, brought to you by our certified public accountant. Make them yours. Gibson Mayer LLC. Find them on the web, GibsonMayer.com. That's GibsonMayer.com. We'll see you on the other side.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Tom and Mike, AM and the PM, is brought to you by Gibson Mayer LLC, certified public accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues and expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional sports. give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Mike from Tom and Mike AM and the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer LLC, Certified Public Accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's www.gibsonmayer.com.
Hey, do you need to get your skills in shape? Then contact the Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. John Scanzano offers individual, semi-private, and team training lessons in hitting, pitching, catching, outfield, along with turf rentals. The Scanzano Sports Center is equipped with a 31,000 square foot indoor facility, 4 batting cages, and a 4,000 square foot strengthening and conditioning room. So what are you waiting for? Contact the Scanzano Sports Center today.
A2DRadio.com is sponsored by the Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs. Located 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-939-2030 or email them at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit them on the web at www.sportsoutletinc.com for all your sporting needs. The Sports Outlet.
You're listening to the worldwide leader of Real Talk, A2DRadio.com.
You're listening to Tom and Mike, AM in the PM, on A2DRadio.com.
A2DRadio.com is proudly sponsored by Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues with expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional athletes. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Tom and Mike from AM and the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's gibsonmayer.com.
Hey, do you need to get your skills in shape? Then contact the Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. John Scanzano offers individual, semi-private, and team training lessons in hitting, pitching, catching, outfield, along with turf rentals. The Scanzano Sports Center is equipped with a 31,000 square foot indoor facility, 4 batting cages, and a 4,000 square foot strengthening and conditioning room. So what are you waiting for? Contact the Scanzano Sports Center today.
A2DRadio.com is sponsored by the Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs. Located at 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-939-2030 or email them at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit them on the web at www.sportsoutletinc.com for all your sporting needs. The Sports Outlet.
Tom Arnone, Big Mikey Smalls, Tom, Mike, AM, in the PM, only on A2DRadio.com. Tom,
Mike,
AM,
in the PM.
A2D Radio, live from the Real Talk Studios, like we are every Wednesday night. And every Wednesday night, we are brought to you by our certified public accountant. Make them yours. Gibson Mayer LLC. Find them on the web, GibsonMayer.com. Tom Arnone, Michael Mataraki, Greg Mlakovic, Robbie Pove, and the ones and twos family joining us. Connection issues with Facebook. Who freaking knows what's going on over there? But we're live on YouTube, fam. Tell the people over on Facebook that you were talking to, come on over, join us. Let's rock it out the second half. We'll continue our Eagles predictions. You guys chime in. We'll give you ours again. Before we wrap up the show. Phillies were still alive. Milwaukee won tonight. Phillies lost. Great catch by Donaldson to wrap it up. And obviously the Cubs are playing the Padres right now, and as it was nothing bottom second. Padres had somebody on base. So we'll give our lock of the week fantasy-wise, lock of the week gambling. Then the show, we're going to get into the Mike Scott situation, which is obviously tied into the Eagles. And Mike, I know you had some info, so we'll let you roll it. Some of our fan base was the crumb of the day on A2D, and I believe that was Monday. So you can go to IG, Twitter, Facebook's been down, so you can go see the crumb of the week if you want it to be heated. I don't know if I'm going to get that heated about it again, but go ahead.
So we want to get into this right now, right?
Yeah, I figured I'll just jump in.
All right, so
water's warm.
The Mike Scott situation. All right, so I'm going to direct this to a certain authentic fan. And everybody knows who the authentic fan is. I'm not going to use his quote-unquote stage name. I'm going to call him by his real name, Eric. This is for you. Because let's not make any mistakes about this. You had your little soapbox that got picked up by NBC Sports yesterday. And I'll give you a golf clap, a very polite golf clap, because, frankly, I agree with everything you said. But when are you going to start to take some accountability, my friend? Because, number one, Mike Scott is not in that parking lot if you don't invite him to your tailgate. And if you think that your tailgate isn't quite as rowdy as any of the other tailgates in that area, think again, my friend. You're sponsored by Bud Light. You got your crew walking around putting pictures all over social media about how much peanut butter flavored whiskey they drank. And again, Mike Scott's only coming there to get his beer bong baptism. So, from my perspective, yes, I do agree with everything you said, but don't talk the talk if you're not going to walk the walk, okay? You want to talk about the Eagles fan base and the rowdiness and the tailgates and stuff like that? Look in the mirror. You're the one who gets there at 6 o'clock in the morning and ropes off an area of the parking lot so that your friends and your family, gee, I wonder where that term came from, can all get into one little area so you can have your little 4J tailgate, okay? You're just as bad as everyone else. Do you use racial slurs? No. But I guarantee you that your people will taunt, harass, and ridicule people wearing jerseys of the opposing team. So again, I agree with everything you said. It is time to change the culture in Philadelphia, specifically with Eagles fans. But don't talk that talk unless you're going to walk that walk, buddy.
Yeah, everything you said, 100%, 110% spot on, Mike. My other issue with him is, change what culture, man? This is football. This is football in every major city. As much as I don't like it, this is what happens. And I'm not talking about with athletes that play in your city. I'm talking about fans in the stands. It's just what happens. I don't have to agree with it. I don't have to like it. I don't have to act that way. But it happens everywhere. So first off, stop the fucking narrative that, it's this poor Philly shit. Oh, we're going to get a bad name. Well, that's over. Who cares what name or what people think of us? I thought we were from Philly. We don't care, right? I thought that was a whole mantra, right? That we don't care.
We care every bit about it.
No, but I'm saying us versus the world, blah, 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 blah. We don't care what anybody says. And then all we're doing now is like, this isn't the 700 level anymore. This isn't this. I get it. It isn't. But it doesn't mean people don't go down there and put way too much alcohol in their system and make terrible decisions in every stadium in the NFL on Sunday or Monday or Thursday.
You're absolutely right. And that's why I said, at the heart of the matter, he's not wrong. But he preached for 6 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's not practicing what he preaches.
No, because he's the one who wants everybody rowdied up and down there and talking shit and doing the things they're doing.
Yeah.
Listen, first off, it's like,
Mike Scott told everybody in this town that he was a Redskins fan.
Yeah.
He told everybody that he was going to wear a Sean Taylor jersey to the game. And you made sure that you had him coming to your tailgate. You've been in that lot for how long? You know what the people around you were like. Or are you just oblivious to that now because you got your little area roped off?
You're big time.
Honestly, I want to know what you're more appalled by. What happened to Mike or the fact that you didn't get to do a beer bong with him?
I'll tell you
and
what he's appalled by.
I'll wait.
I'll tell you what he's appalled by, Mike. He's appalled by that, this isn't how we act at our tailgates. This isn't how we do it. Well, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. You want to take a step back, like, this isn't how we do it. We need to change the way we act. It's a bunch of BS, dude, because you want this. You want this publicity. You want things being tied to you as much as you're going to come out today and say you don't or whenever you said it. But my bigger issue with the whole thing is nobody's been more accessible in this city than Mike Scott. Yep. No player that I can remember has been this accessible to every fan in this fucking city. That's my issue. I don't care about fights in a parking lot.
He was just selling ice cream at the art museum.
Yeah.
3 days before the game.
I personally do not care about fights at stadiums. I don't care. I don't fight people at stadiums. I have respect for people. That's not how I operate, no matter how much I drank. Okay? My issue is that this guy's accessible, always around fans, and that the people around this area, nobody put an end to that.
Yeah.
Because you encourage it. You encourage this bullshit. Okay? From a guy like this, from a pro player in our city, that's what gives you a bad rap. The rest, fighting in this stadium isn't going to give us a more worse rap than any other stadium in this country. And that goes for soccer ones included.
And I can tell you, I mean, I'm there. And if anybody wants to question it, I've been set up under the goddamn F2 sign since the day Lincoln Financial Field opened. When the Vet was open, we used to tailgate on the other side of the spectrum. So if you want to question my credentials, come on down any home Sunday. I'll direct you right to where we're parked. I'll even make you a fucking hot dog, all right?
Just a hot dog?
Food talk.
But I'm in that lot every goddamn week. I know what goes on there, okay? And I can tell you, on Sunday, where they had the coffin was about 30 feet from where NFL Network was set up. So if you don't think that this whole thing was
scripted bullshit,
was choreographed for E-Rock to get Mike Scott with his little posse and then maybe get a little guest shot on NFL Network and then get the coffin guys involved, but the coffin guys decided that they were going to take it a little too far. And you know what? I got all 6 names of those jabrones. I'm not even going to give them out.
No, and I'll tell you one more thing about the coffin. The corniest thing you could ever come up with.
Ever.
The corniest thing. Sorry, Eric, this is my whole issue with you. I don't have many issues with things you say. I have issue with scripts. You understand this? I have issue with somebody that's got to read off a fucking prompter. I got an issue with somebody who's going to overthink their video or anything. Everything here is boom, done. There's no second guess. There's no second thought process. It's in the damn moment. That's my issue with a lot of guys trying to talk sports talk. Do you want it in the moment? Do you want somebody's heart? Or do you want somebody's scripted bullshit? That's your decision. That's yours. Time's yours. Because that's what bothers me.
And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that he's got anything to do with these guys with the coffin. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know to say it anyway. Yeah.
It's a convenience of location. Because they know, they tailgate within 20 yards of each other every goddamn week.
They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing, and nobody had a problem with that freaking fight, or somebody would have stopped it. You understand this? That's my issue. My issue is Mike Scott's a great dude. He's accessible. I love my Sixers, and what happened Sunday is an embarrassment of this fan base. Not because of what I think the national media thinks, because of what I think, because what I care about, my fucking morals. Not because of what I care about anybody else thinks. That's what I learned as I've gotten older. I don't care what you think. You can hate me. You can hate Mike Scott. You can hate Eagles fans. You can hate you too. I don't care.
And I'll call it like I see it. There's a portion of our fan base that is absolutely the worst.
Yes.
And so the section that I sit in for Eagles games, and you guys know generally where I sit, a lot of the visiting team tickets go to that section. Like the wives and the immediate family and stuff like that, they get seated on the sideline down behind, or right behind their sideline. But employees and travel tickets and stuff like that are usually up in my section.
Yeah, okay.
I watch people every single week come in gear and jerseys of the opposing team that have said nothing, that have done nothing, that have sat and watched the game and done nothing but clap when their team scores a touchdown, get absolutely harassed out of their minds by drunk assholes who forgot to grow up.
It's exactly what it is.
It's sick.
It's a badge of honor to be a douchebag.
It's why
down there.
It's why
a badge of honor.
It's why there's Eagles fans, and then every other sports team has their fans. It's why they're separated at times. Like, oh, the Eagles fans. Like, we're all Eagles fans.
Well, it's like, are you a Philly fan,
right,
or are you an Eagles fan?
And each sport has their own.
And there's some intermingling there,
sure.
but you know.
But no,
but no, you guys are right. It is. It's like the bigger the douchebag you can be, the bigger the badge of honor you get.
Like, oh, I'm the man. I'm the man. I beat up a Falcons fan, or I did this. Like, dude, it's.
And it's like we sit there and we pride ourselves on being real and being true and loyal, but yet all these Mike Scott was being loyal to his team.
Yeah.
You know, what do we want him rolling in a Dawkins jersey?
No, I don't want him being a fraud.
So he's a fraud.
I don't want him being.
You know
a
what
fraud.
I mean? Like, yeah,
I'd
rather be real.
You want a little newsflash? Nobody wears more jerseys as a professional athlete than Mike Scott.
Yeah.
Period. Jerseys.
Yeah.
Jerseys. Hockey jerseys. Basketball jerseys. Everything. Every jersey this guy owns.
I had more of a problem with Allen Iverson wearing Dallas Cowboys gear growing up in Virginia than I do Mike Scott, who also grew up in Virginia, who went to Virginia, who played in Washington, wearing a Redskins jersey. And a Sean Taylor jersey at that.
It doesn't bother me in the least.
No.
And nor does it bother me when I see anybody wearing an opposing team's jersey whenever I go to games.
Yeah. You see a 6'9", tatted up black guy walking through, and you don't realize that that's a professional athlete?
Yeah.
Well, it depends. After you've had 700 beers, because
I'm saying, like that,
because you parked on the curb outside of the parking lot at 3 a.m. so that you could start drinking, and then you moved inside when they opened the gates at 6 a.m. You know where I was at 3 a.m.?
Yeah, sleeping.
You know where I was at 6 a.m.?
I
mean, you guys know what time I got there. I got there at 8 a.m. I sent you all a picture.
Yeah.
Took a picture of the flag above Lincoln Financial Field. God bless America. It's opening day, 8 o'clock. Let's go.
Yeah, and 8 o'clock's a great arrival time.
Yeah.
You know, at 3 o'clock, something bad's going to happen.
Yeah, you're asking for trouble.
You are, and they want trouble.
Yeah,
These guys
absolutely.
want trouble.
Yeah, they want blood.
Yeah.
You're right. Whether
it
happened or not.
Dude, if we walked by in there and said that this coffin's corny, blah, 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 there would have been fists thrown there, too. Because they want it.
Yeah.
They want whatever it is. They want it. And to me, listen, it's disgusting. Why do you think I don't go to a lot of Eagles games? I'll go to one a year, if that. Because, one, I have no issue going to games. I love it. I feel like I will always see more on my TV. But I understand the event side of it. But what happens is, the tailgate becomes bigger than the game. So what kind of nonsense can I get in this tailgate and central trouble can I get in?
Right.
Is way more important to people than what goes on in that game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then now all the alcohol that goes into that stadium is negative fucking energy. I would say 70% of it is negative energy walking in that stadium.
Oh, yeah.
This guy stinks. This guy's not good enough. Cut this guy.
Well,
it's what it is.
You saw the video of the woman sitting up 4 or 5 rows from the top of the stadium with her son, and she's screaming, she's dropping F-bombs all over Carson because of a check down. And the kid's trying to explain the play to her, and she's effing off her kid when it's clear that she's just drunk out of her mind.
Yeah.
And everybody thinks that's funny. And you had to go back a couple of years ago when you had to, when you beat the Vikings in the NFC Championship game and you had the drunk, 19-year-old in the Viking fan, the female Vikings fan's face, just, go Birds, go Birds, go Birds. You know what? It was funny for the first 5 seconds that I watched it, and I just thought to myself, this kid's an asshole. And if he was my son, I'd be grabbing him by the back of his hair and putting him in the car.
Kyle, you're missing the point. It happened 20 feet from his tailgate. That's what we're trying to say to you. We didn't say it happened in his tailgate. He said it happened around his tailgate, within 20 feet of his tailgate.
20 yards, yeah.
20 yards.
20 yards, easily.
Okay, and that's our point. That let's not act like, he has no parts of any of this.
Yeah.
That's my issue. Like, he has parts. Everybody plays a part. Edgar Venzar. Glad to be back, boys. Good
Glad to have you,
Glad
brother.
to have you, buddy.
Because we consume way too much alcohol.
Absolutely.
And he said, I love tailgating, love the birds, love the crowds, and as you should. You know, I'm not saying that anything, I'm not attacking us as a whole. I'm just saying when you're talking about an accessible guy, a great dude, that's what makes it look shitty.
But here's the problem that I have with this whole scenario is that
If I fight Mike Scott, I get famous.
yeah. But bigger than that is, let's just say Eric's group, if there's 250 people there, and it's entirely possible, by the way, if he's got 250 people tailgating with him, 30 of them have tickets.
I was going to say 50. I was going to go 50, but I knew where you were going.
Yeah.
I knew where your head was going
Yeah.
and your thought was going.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't show up for the game.
Right. 30, 40, 50 have tickets. The rest of them will either go to Xfinity Live, will just continue drinking in the parking lot during the game, or they'll hop on the subway and go somewhere in Center City to watch the game.
Sweep said you can root for wherever the fuck you want.
That's right. You absolutely can.
He said, and you shouldn't have to worry about someone throwing bottles at you, 10-on-1, sucker punch fights, etc. And that's anywhere, not just Philly. It's disgusting. And the pure pussy behavior sometimes on both parties. Everyone is a tough guy, especially in a crowd. And after a few shower pounders, pathetic sports culture we live in. And
he's spot on.
He's 100% right.
Like I'm seriously to the point where I'm thinking like next year, like I may dial it down. Like I may cut from 8 to 4. And just pick my 4 games that I really want to see and just dial it down. Honestly, like it sounds cliche. I'm too old for this shit. To go there and watch the kind of shit that goes on down there.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
And then have to then come back and talk about it over the course of the week because that's what we do. It is. It's just like it takes the fun out of it. It does.
No, I don't disagree with you. It starts to, right? I mean,
No, absolutely. And like you said, I love going to games. But it's why I don't go to many Eagles games anymore. It's why I don't go to Phillies games anymore. I'm sick of being around a whole bunch of drunk, high school, college kids that are there on their first beer.
Yeah, and have zero feel for sports.
What's up, Robbie?
I'm going to start calling you Danny Glover. I'm too old for this shit.
Hey, that's DG to you. But I mean, it's facts. It is. And it's unbelievable. Like, you had NFL Network down there with their setup, and they're taking up 5 spots, and people are like legitimately pissed off because NFL Network is in my spot. It's a freaking parking lot. Go park somewhere else. And then you got guys walking over behind Charles Woodson, I think, or whoever it was on NFL Network.
It was Michael Robinson and D'Angelo Hall.
All right, so it was D'Angelo Hall then. Guy walks over behind D'Angelo Hall and stabs his beer can so he can do a ripcord. Well, he stabs the beer can. The beer can squirts all over D'Angelo Hall. D'Angelo Hall turns around and looks at him, and the guy's like, well, what are you looking at? You just squirted beer all over a guy who's on live TV, and then you have the nerve to ask him what he's looking at? You're an asshole.
That's some shit.
There's a lot of dumb people here, man. I mean, just listen to how people talk about sports or the Eagles. Like, I can tell a lot about my first conversation with you if it's talking Eagles, if you have a clue, or if you're just a cat that likes that wants to go down and get rowdy and have a good time.
Yeah.
It's just there's a separation there of logical fans and 60% that go down there. I mean, I say a good 60% are just straight animals that don't feel, and then you have your 40% that are down there that are into the game for the right reasons.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Like it's to the point now where I will walk from my car down to the RV where Gibson is and say hi to Jim and the rest of our crew and everything like that. I will cut across over to where the guys play cornhole, and I'll throw a couple rounds cornhole, and I'll go back to my car. And I won't even venture through the rest of the lot anymore because it's just so out of control.
Yeah.
It really is.
I think it's cool. All right, let's get to some fantasy locks.
Absolutely.
And some locks against the spread. We'll each give we'll give one player each, and we'll give one what we consider a lock each. So, I think early on, I think I have 2 for you for right now, game-wise. I don't have the spread in front of me for this one, but I don't really care what it is.
I got you. What is it?
I think the Dolphins, Patriots.
18.5.
18.5. I think the Patriots covered at 18.5.
It's a big spread.
On the road?
Yep. I know how he plays in Miami. I get all that. Miami's a dumpster.
No, I was just
Yeah, I don't think it matters. The old Miami,
usually wins the game at home.
Yeah. I'm not going with that one this year. I think they roll them.
Does-
And I love the Eagles at 1.5.
Does
I
it
really do?
And I'm not saying it does, but does it hinge on AB or not?
No.
Okay.
I just think they're that good defensively. I don't think Miami scores. I don't know how they score, honestly. But I'll tell you this: what I would do with them too is I would tease them too. I would tease them too and ease it a little bit. So get your 6, get New England down to 12.5, right, and get the Eagles plus 5. And I think that or 4.5.
Yeah.
All right, and give yourself some wiggle room. If it is a Falcons field goal game, you still cover.
All right.
They're my locks there. And in fantasy, I'll just get it out of the way. I said it earlier. Travis Kelce to me has a monster week. Didn't have a monster one week 1. Andy loves to spread it around. Mahomes ain't going to stop throwing touchdowns. So I don't give a shit who they're playing. I don't care who they're playing. He has a big week. TTP, what's up, brother?
Greg.
What up, TTP?
Yeah, Jetro's the worst, Kyle. You're right. Terrible.
They're putting the Raiders on the road, but the Chiefs.
Oh, even better.
Yeah. Just to let you know.
Yeah, Raiders better defense, but
Secondary can be exploited.
My fantasy lock, I'm going to give 2. One for regular fantasy and one for DFS.
All right.
I think my regular guy, I'm going to go with Lamar Jackson again because he's playing the Cardinals, but he's at home. And the Cardinals' defense didn't show me a lot. And I think Lamar can pick that defense apart.
Wow, I can't believe saying today Lamar picks people
I have
apart.
him in fantasy, so I
understand.
need to build it up. And he's starting, so. But I'm going to stick with the quarterback because he's a cheap price for DFS. I'm going to go Phillip Rivers against Detroit.
Eagles 0-1 says he's got the Dolphins winning that game by 10.
Oh, good
I'll
Lord.
take that bet. I'll take that bet right now, live on air.
Phillip Rivers is right around 68, 7,000, so it's a cheap rate for a quarterback. So that's where I'm going to go DFS-wise.
Nice.
My lock, I'm going to go Panthers at home, -6.5 against the Bucs.
Okay.
Coming off that loss to the Rams, they obviously need to keep pace in the South with the Saints. I think they bounce back against a bad Bucs team.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Who's up next?
Yeah, I'll go. Am I coming through?
Now you go.
Hey,
there you go.
Hey, all right, there we go. I'll do the bet first since that's what I'm weakest at, and that's what Tommy started off with. One thing that really shot out to me was that
You're good. I'm just adjusting mine.
no, I'm not. I'm fading out. Hello. There we go. The Bears are getting a point on the road against Denver. And I've seen it on other lines where they're -2.5, but I don't care anywhere along that spectrum. You got to love the Bears in that matchup against Denver, even though it is a mile high.
I'll tell you one thing. I don't know what either team is yet.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
I don't know who either one is. I thought the Broncos would be a little better. I didn't see that Monday night against Oakland.
Truth.
Right? And I thought the Bears were obviously a tough team. I mean, they showed that the other night, but I don't know how they score. I don't know how they get enough production offensively. And I have some of the same concerns with the Broncos too. I think that could be a real close game, but hey, go on. I'm just letting the fam know that how I feel about these two teams are real two unknowns right now, early
really
on. Because I thought both could be good, both could be terrible. It's really weird with both of them. Because, I mean, it's all the Bears are all based off of Trubisky. How can he be good enough? Can he be a franchise guy? They're my question marks. Denver went out and tried to go sign a quarterback. They got a statue, with all due respect, Joey. They got an average guy. An average guy and not enough weapons to me. And I thought a defense that should be better didn't show up to be better against the Oakland the other night at all.
No.
Well, Flacco got sacked at least, 4 times this past week?
Probably. I mean, he can't move.
And one took him out of field goal range.
And one took him out of – that was a key one, too.
You can't do that.
So
Not a veteran.
I just see this Denver front seven. Bears, Chicago's front seven getting after Flacco, making it a rough day. And, maybe it is a defensive battle on each side.
Yeah.
But,
if you can't score, then you probably win the bet. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If you
exactly.
hold them to zeros, you probably win the bet. I also like one more, too.
Sure.
Monday Nighter. If somebody wants to pull the line up for me, please do.
1 sec.
But
2.5.
it's 2.5?
Yeah.
Yep.
Who?
Giants plus 2.5.
The Jets.
I'm sorry, the Jets plus 2.5.
Jets plus 2.5. People are going to rag me on this one. I think it's a bounce back game for the Cleveland Browns. Listen, it was ugly the other day, and for a team that I have that I believed before AB could be, coming out of the AFC because I believe that much in their defense and their roster. Major offensive line problems, major penalties, too many that you're not going to be good no matter how much talent you have if they play like that. I think they bounce back. I do not believe they're an 0-2 team. If I had to pick who's an 0-2 team, it would be the Jets, even though I think they're improved. But again, you lay an egg against a 16-0 lead against the Bills.
Yeah,
I can never pick you. I think Cleveland goes in and beats them up a little bit.
Improved, but yet the same old Jets.
Yeah.
Right?
And same old Cleveland.
Right.
As
True.
we saw in
True.
week 1 at
Even
least.
worse. I mean,
at least one at least.
That look. I mean, they're 0-6. They're 0 for teams look better than defensively than what I saw the other day.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. That is they spent a ton of assets into that defense, a ton, dude. And on paper, it might be the best defense in the AFC, right with New England. It's right there. I thought they had more firepower than New England. I didn't see that the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that. Chubb did nothing. They didn't run the football well enough. Major issues.
No, I think Chubb has a big rushing game this week.
Guys get their numbers, man. They end up working out. So Chubb's another good play.
You got a player you want to throw out there before I go?
Yeah, I'll throw out a couple DFSers. I gave Hardman as my seasonal play for quarterback. You guys remember who the top fantasy quarterback from Week 12 on last year was?
Josh Allen, right?
Correct,
Yeah.
Josh Allen, and that's going to be my pick this week too. Going against the Giants, we saw Dak look really good for 405 and 4 touchdowns.
Good call.
Thank you. I could see Josh Allen doing that, and I mean it's
the legs help too, Robbie.
Oh, it's totally the rushing abilities that's going to help that out and whatnot. And don't forget, the Bills upgraded their offensive line. They added a speedster in John Brown, gave him, a little bit more weapons and a little bit more time to find.
And remember, that's a good New York Jets defense. That's a young defense, but C.J. Mosley was all over the field the other day, right? I love their secondary. I mean, Jamal Adams, I'm a big fan of him. A really good defense, and that's a big time comeback in a division win for Josh Allen, and not a really a below-average football team. Love Sean McDermott. Big win for them, though.
Right.
That's a big comeback win to get your season started.
100%.
Because, who's better, Allen or Darnold? It might be Allen because of the legs.
Because of the legs.
And he can throw the ball fucking 90 yards.
He's got a cannon, too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got more DFS? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no. I love the expansion on that point. Well, he's dirt cheap, with Josh Allen. He's dirt cheap on DraftKings, which will make him a real popular play. So I'm leaning more towards cash games with Josh Allen and not GPPs because I think he'll be chalky because of that low price. For GPPs, I'm on the same train, a little different cart with Mark Ingram against Arizona, who had the 29th ranked DVOA against, with their rushing D. So I think both will be a good play.
Nice,
right.
Thanks, Robbie.
Awesome, Robbie. So my lock of the week.
What Rob does,
I
Fab, so.
actually have two of them for you, but my absolute lock of the week, for my money, there was not a team last week that got embarrassed more than the Pittsburgh Steelers. They put up 3 points at New England on Sunday night. They welcome a Seattle Seahawks team coming east in a game that starts at 10 a.m. Pacific time, and a Seattle Seahawks defense that gave up over 400 yards passing to Andy freaking Dalton.
To the Red Rocket.
At home.
Pittsburgh's giving 4. They win this by double digits.
It's a good pick, Mike. It really is.
They win this by double digits. Ben, 302 touchdowns, and you may even get 100 and a touchdown out of James Conner. Actually, sorry about that. My second one, Houston at home coming off the loss on Monday night, giving 8.5 to Jacksonville. The line is big, but I don't know that
it's not as big as I thought it would be.
I don't know that rookie quarterback is going to be able to go into Houston in his first NFL start, Gardner Minshew, and be able to deal with that Houston defense. I think Houston covers the 8.5.
I think that's low too. I'm right with you on that. I think that number's low to me. 8.5. Jacksonville just stunk.
Yeah.
Stunk it up defensively, offensively, the whole 9 last week. I think I'm right with Mike. I think Houston blows the doors off of them.
Yeah, and I had mentioned when you and I were kind of on the same page with the Mecole Hardman.
Yeah.
On
I like that.
And that would be my sleeper pick of the week, but my player lock of the week. My player lock of the week last week was Mark Ingram, and he ran all over Miami. And I'm going right back to that well. 2 reasons. Number 1, Sony Michel could not get going at all on Sunday night against Pittsburgh. New England goes to Miami this week.
Might run for 300.
You want to get Sony Michel right.
With the TV.
You give him the ball 25 times. He's a South Florida guy going to play in his own backyard. And you know Belichick will never admit it, but he likes to get the guys going when they're playing in front of the friends and family. Mm-hmm. They need Sony Michel to be productive if they want to get where they're going. I think Sony Michel is in for a huge game this week.
That's such a great call, too, because Sony Michel benefits, too, where he'll get the touches during garbage time as well.
Exactly.
On top of those.
Especially if they're
touches.
covering that number, too, right? Cleveland, New York. One more thing about that game. Odell going back to MetLife for the first time, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
I know DFS-wise it's going to cost you a few. I think he gets in the end zone twice on Monday night. So I know you're going to pay a little bit for it. We talk about guys get their numbers. It evens out. I think Odell has a big week.
But if you go
I'm not
cheap,
an Odell guy, but I think
if you
it's a
go
big
cheap
week.
on the quarterback, Josh Allen, Phillip Rivers,
Yep.
you can pay up.
Plus, you're talking Thursday to Monday slate, too, where you can vary it up and you can put a stud wide receiver like that and balance out with other values that are going to be.
You said Josh Allen where you can get for cheap. You team up Josh Allen. You team up, what was the name again that you guys were on, you and Rob?
Mecole Hardman.
Yeah. You team up him, you go a little Sony Michel. I mean, I think we're putting together a pretty good lineup for you that's not going to cost you a ton. Yeah. That we might have to play ourselves. You know what I mean? I mean, shit, who are we?
But
free shit again.
Here's the thing, though.
Go back to the show right after.
If you want,
what do you say?
If you want to run the Monday Thursday slate, if you look ahead to the Thursday matchup, it's Tennessee and Jacksonville. So you could actually play.
No, I thought Thursday was Buccaneers, Carolina.
No, it's Tennessee and Jacksonville.
You're talking about on the flip side, this Monday to next Thursday
right.
for week
the
3.
Monday.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
the
sorry.
Monday
I'm sorry.
Thursday slate.
I got you. I'm sorry.
So if you want to look ahead to week 3 Thursday night, it's Tennessee Jacksonville. If you don't want to get in on any of those quarterbacks, maybe you go a little double rainbows with Baker and Odell on Monday night, and then pay down for your Corey Davises or your Marquise Lees or even
Dede.
Dede Westbrook.
I like that.
Or even if you dig a little deeper on Monday night with like Jamison Crowder for the Jets, something like that.
Sure. DJ Chark looked good too, with Foles and without Foles last week too. I almost grabbed him in seasonal, but I got to see more.
And maybe you check what Fournette's value is. Another guy to consider because they're obviously going to have to run the ball to be any bit successful in that game. So,
if that's me, I'm trying to figure out how I can get one of the 2 big running backs in the Thursday night game with Baker and Odell in the Monday night game. You're going to have to pay down at a lot of other positions, but I think that's where you're going to get the most bang for your buck.
I like it. I like it.
Sweeps likes the Chargers, Titans, and Pack.
I like it.
From the uncle.
Chargers, Titans, Pack. Okay.
From Unks.
Another big injury for the Chargers, right? Hunter Henry.
Oh, it's every year.
But it's just the Chargers. I mean, one of my favorite safeties in football outside of Jamal Adams is Darwin James.
Yeah.
I love Darwin James. Another big injury for the Chargers. They're just crushed by injuries yearly. He's not wrong. I like that pick. I'm just scared of the Chargers early on. Wilson mentioned this Sunday. He's spot on about it. I'm scared to touch them until like week 6 because then they're going to start beating up on everybody. That's how they roll every year. It's crazy. But who do the Chargers play again?
Detroit.
And
on the road.
At Detroit.
At Detroit. Detroit stinks.
Plus Mike Williams was banged up. His status is up in the air for this week.
And that's when they go in and beat somebody up. That's it's just so funny how it works.
Yeah.
I want to go back and I want to visit one other thing because there's a guy that I didn't talk about. And the reason I didn't talk about him is I don't necessarily predict him to have a huge game this week. But can we just stop the narrative in fantasy that Marlon Mack is an RB3? The guy is easily an RB2, borderline RB1.
Yeah.
No matter how good or how bad his quarterback has been, all Marlon Mack does is go out and put up numbers.
Correct.
Our guy from that used to be with Pro Football Focus, Mike Castiglione, that we had in for the football pre-show last year.
Yeah.
Threw a stat out on Twitter the other day, and I meant to screenshot it and show it to you guys, but it was ridiculous. That if you looked at Marlon Mack's yardage, average per carries, catches, scoring, the whole deal, and you compare him to the top 5 running backs in the NFL that everyone says are, the top 5, it's right there.
No,
it's right there.
I agree with you. Marlon Mack's a real good player. That Indy team's tough. Mm-hmm. I think they'll continue to be tough throughout the year and give some teams, teams will stub their toe on them.
Yeah.
Now the linebacker, how long is he going for the year?
Darius Leonard.
Yeah. How bad was that injury? Because he got hurt.
Don't know. I know he got hurt.
He got hurt. I don't know if it's a year or nothing. I just know that it was breaking that he got hurt, and I didn't see exactly the extent of the injury, but that's a killer, obviously, for them. But, Jacoby can get it done enough. Their division's real weird. We know how that division operates.
Well, we talked about that last week with that division. It's just you don't know.
No, it's a different team every year, right? Yeah. I mean, Indy fans are probably saying, why not us? Jacoby's starting enough football games. He can manage the game pretty well.
Like, nobody in that division scares anybody.
No.
But every team in that division has the potential to be real good.
Yeah, like Houston might be the only one that gives you any bit of scare just because of Deshaun and DeAndre. Mm-hmm. But like outside of that, their defense is whatever. I'm not going to say they're great defensively. They're good. They're real good.
It looks like it was just a 1 or 2 play injury.
Oh, okay,
it
good.
wasn't serious at all.
No, good for him because I love the guy as a player.
Yeah,
you know
no
what I mean?
kidding.
He's a freaking pimp. And I like Frank Reich. You know what I mean? And I think he's smart enough to be able to get it done with a backup, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you saw it here. Now, can we put down the fucking narrative that Doug can't win games without Frank Reich, or his offense can't look good without Frank Reich, right? Can we give Mike Rowe some credit this week, even though I hammered him last year?
We've hammered him, so we have to give credit where credit's due.
Wait, you talked about last year not know how to get Golden Tate involved. I don't think that was even on you, okay, as an organization. I just don't think the guy can play on grass. You understand me? I don't think he's the same player on grass as he's on turf. That's why I drafted him late in a round, and I figured I'll let him sit the 4 weeks because he's going to play at MetLife, which is turf, which I think he's going to have a better year once he gets playing. But, outside of that, look what happened. You figured out how to get guys involved this week. Everybody got involved.
Yeah.
I thought they did a great job with the run game again, even though people don't like it. It's exactly how they operated in 2017. Go back and watch some tape.
All right, so I found.
I'm not a tape guy, but go watch some fucking tape. You'll see the exact same way they ran the offense in 2017.
I found the stat. Marlon Mack's last 16 games, 260 carries, 1,304 yards, 14 touchdowns. Yeah. Compare that to the top 5 running backs in the NFL.
Yeah. My 2 major drafts were during that same weekend where Luck retired, and everybody was steering clear of every Colt, including especially Marlon Mack. And I'm like, I'm grabbing Marlon Mack more now. Now, I get it. You could stack the box a little bit more because you don't have Luck back there, but Brissett has enough of an arm to keep you honest.
Yeah.
And how can he not get more touches? And that's the game of fantasy football is touches. Targets and touches.
Mm-hmm. India, Tennessee. Well, we saw that Tennessee defense is, Vrabel. We knew that was going to happen, right? And we knew that there was going to be that was going to be their calling card. That they're going to be real good defensively. We saw a little taste of it last year when we played in Tennessee. It's a real good football team. Just tough. Tough. I think they go 2-0, and I think they beat Indy this week. But just because I think they're just that tough. I mean, look what they did to Cleveland. Cleveland's no joke. Cleveland's no joke. Tennessee went in there and beat the shit out of them. Yeah. Beat them up, smacked them right in the mouth.
I mean, when you got a head coach willing to cut off Captain Winky, if you don't win, you're going to win a lot of games.
You're going to win. You're going to win. Mr. Commish. Fam, let me tell you again, please make it out this Sunday. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be the first one that we're doing. First of, we hope to be many, an A2D watch party. So we'll be doing an A2D watch party, Eagles, Falcons, from 7 to 11, Pinsetter's Bar and Bowl, Merchantville, New Jersey. Come up there, $20 get you in, all the food you can eat. Enjoy the game with us. Get in videos with us, yell and scream, whatever, cheer, cry at the end. Whatever happens, and that's between the family. But we would love to have you all there. I'm not a big birthday guy. My birthday's Saturday. I completely forgot about it. But it's like a little
I'm not a big birthday guy. My birthday's Saturday. Yeah. Bring presents.
No, bring presents. I just expect a shot or two. That's all I was really kid was just reaching for.
If it's a shot, it's got to be fruity.
No, shots I'm fine. You can give me SoCo and lime. You can give me straight vodka. The shots don't bother me.
Whoa, hold on.
Shots don't faze me.
Is lime not a fruit?
Well, who put
literally just said it's got to be fruity. He goes, nah, SoCo and lime. Lime is a fruit.
Well, I mean, if you put the lime in,
You put the lime in the coconut.
SoCo's aggressive.
It's not really a sweet fruit, though.
Yeah, but now we're making SoCo into being something easy.
No,
It's
no,
not
no.
like it's a
dog.
roasted apple or Swedish
I didn't
fish.
say it was easy. I didn't say it was easy.
Like a
I
Sunday
didn't
morning.
say I'm not putting an umbrella in it, the SoCo and lime shot, but there will be an umbrella drink. You can
He's going to
guarantee
do
that.
Jolly Rancher shots all night.
That's fine too. That's fine too. Me and Mike would have fun on an
All,
island.
all I know is when you mentioned that in the comments on that one thread, and Wilson comes in with that clip from old school with the birthday. I was like, that's the perfect comment of all time. Of all time.
It's so
right
funny.
there.
I really did for Len last week. What do you want? I said, I'm not even. I don't even care right now. Like, you know what I mean?
This would be me and Tom at a bar. Me, tequila and PBR, Tom, grape bombs and umbrella drinks.
Yep. The best umbrella drink you can find. Love it. Love it. We'd be stumped.
And your cheers and pinkies.
Hey.
Well, try to come to the DR next year with us. Love to have you. We'd be stumbling back to rooms nightly together.
I will get.
Not like, love to head to toe with you, but I'm saying, like, I'm going to drop you off at your room like a classy guy. I'm not going to come in on the first date.
Let me start with the next watch party, all right? And we'll work our way up to the DR.
We'll build up. But you got to make sure you're not getting spiked in your drink in the U.S. before you travel overseas.
I need a couple dates before I make that commitment. You know what I'm saying?
Especially at DR. There's a lot going on down there.
People don't come back from that shit.
Seems like they've been cleaned up a little bit besides the 14 deaths.
Oh, my
but
God.
it seems to be cleared up. What?
Get us out of here. We're off the rails. Producers lost it.
I got you on that one.
Cleaned up. Only 14, though.
Listen, let me tell you something, though, on a serious note.
Yes.
Listen, we all were affected in some way by 9/11.
Yeah,
some different ways. Listen, some more family ways where you lost people. And to anybody out there that lost anybody or that's dealing with illness from that, listen, I send my love, and because anybody that was up around that area has dealt with probably medical issues, anybody, just so many things. And we talked about the firefighters and the police officers and law enforcement in general and all the servicemen that just didn't think twice and just went in.
Just selfless.
And the last thought process of their life was just go try to save people. And tons of people lost their lives. And, the biggest attack on American soil ever that pretty much ripped our freedom away at one point. Like, you felt exposed for the first time as a growing up in this country. That was the first time at 21 years old where I felt exposed, and felt it bad. And I think it goes for everybody, but better things have came from it. Obviously, airport security is 100 times better than it was. So we grew from it, but it's something we'll never forget. And I mean, I saw people on Instagram, younger generation, talking about being in 5th grade and remember exactly where they were. Yeah. It's one of them moments in life that you can spit that whole day back out. Mike did it before the show. I mean, literally verbatim of exactly what he did and what he went through being out of the country. And listen, it affected everybody differently. But for the people that are really affected, I send my love and my condolences because there's a lot of generations of some kids from 20 to 30 years old that lost parents and bigger things than us just losing a little bit of freedom.
Yeah, I think it's burned into our mind, no doubt about it. But what I choose to remember is the unity and the togetherness that came about from that. And I just try to perpetuate that every day because I feel that's the best way to carry on their memory.
Well, what do we say, man? Hug your loved ones every day because you don't know what you're walking into.
Well, I mean,
that's one of them
so
moments.
many things you saw today. It was, of course, in remembrance of what happened today, but let's get back to living like it was November or September 12th.
It's funny because I actually have that.
We were together we were together as a country. There was no talk about racism. There was no talk about any of this. First of all, it's 2019, so we should knock that shit off anyway. But the fact of the matter is we all came together as one, and we realized what the war was about. It was never about black, white, Hispanic, blah, blah, blah. It was about that's evil. That's evil. Like the Taliban, all that shit, that's the enemy. And what was learned that day is that's our real enemy. And we came together and we fought that enemy. And after that day, we seem to forget what our true enemy essentially is. And it's not each other. It's not each other.
Yeah. Well, I will leave you with this. And, Greg, I think this is what you're referencing that was kind of flying around social media today. It said, I miss 9/12. I would never, ever want another 9/11, but I miss the America of 9/12. Stores ran out of flags to sell because they were being flown everywhere. People were Americans before they were upper or lower class, Jewish or Christian, Republican or Democrat, black or white. We hugged people without caring if they ate Chick-fil-A or wore Nikes. On 9/12, what mattered more was what united us, not what divided us.
Yep. And I've been saying it for years, and I'm not Mr. Politics by any stretch, but I'll tell you one thing. You protect your home turf, good things happen. We talk about it in sports all the time. It's something that we weren't doing in our country back then. We weren't doing in our country up until about this regime, even though I don't have to like this regime. I don't have to agree with everything this regime does, but I'll give this regime credit real quick on our way out. You know what the interest rate on a home is right now? You want to know what the interest rate on a home is? 3.5%. You know what that means? Everybody can buy a house. You know what it does to the market? It gives jobs. That's the only thing this regime came in that I knew they were going to do. They were going to make this country money again, and that's all that mattered to me was saying, like, I didn't vote. You know what I mean? Whatever reason, I don't believe in it. I think it's all bullshit anyway. Whoever they want to win is going to win. So I don't even waste my time, all right? But I'll tell you this. I disagree with a lot of things.
You said, I don't care if he's a jabron. I'll deal with it for 4 years.
Yes, because I know the good.
As long as he gives me jobs in a house.
Jobs in a house and protect this country. Because at the end of the day, we were letting everybody and their mother in because every president before him was taking was putting money in their pocket for after presidency, right? This one don't give a shit because he got enough money. So he don't care about money. Now, is he wrong about a ton of things? Absolutely. But the couple things that he's doing for this country are great, and let's rally around again. Let's stop with the social media of the left and right, the arguments, that ripping and crushing our president. It's pointless. It's not bringing us together. It's dividing a country that are all Americans if I miss something. We all came over on something if I missed something. If you were born, if your whole generation was born here, good for you. The rest of us all came from fucking somewhere, okay? I'm freaking Sicilian. I'm not even freaking, you know what I mean? I'm not born in America like that. Like my whole generation comes from America. We're all came from somewhere else, our ancestors. So what are we doing? That's how I want to end this show. What are we doing? 9/12 is that perfect example of let's get back to that then. Yeah. Let's get back to freaking black-white arguments of this and Trump's this and Trump. Like, I'm tired of it. It's ad nauseum. Like, we didn't rally around this guy at all. We never looked at any positives. When I tell you both, I'm telling you there's negatives and there's big positives. And the positives, honestly, are outweighing the negatives. And if you want to go believe in another jackass besides this jackass, so be it. But that next jackass isn't going to make this country money and isn't going to freaking lock it down when it comes to border and security. Simple. You know how much fucking money goes out for all the illegals in this country? Do you got health care? Because I don't. But if I came in this country illegally, I get it all, baby. I get it all.
Oh, my God.
That's all I'm leaving it at. My dad told
That's
me
all?
I had to get some things off my chest. Let's rally together.
Arno in 2020.
I'm here. Rally is one. But love y'all. Great show.
Arnon Wilson 2020.
You left me hanging.
I'm sorry. I'm too busy crying over here.
Got a little political. Got a little handsy in the political game. Maybe I'll dive in. Wet my beak. Water's warm. Anybody can win it, obviously, now. So it's open for anybody to win.
What is this, cornhole? Anybody can play, anybody can win?
Feels like that, doesn't it? But listen, my man bit himself in the foot early on. He said a bunch of dumbass shit. But at the end of the day, he's not a great talker. He's not in it to talk. He's in it to try to grow this economy back to what it was pre-9/11. Because we forget everything that transpired after that. Market crashes. We forgot about it. Wasn't just the feeling victimized and people dying and tragic stuff happening. People lost homes. People lost livelihoods. Big, even more after that fact. And we're back to some.
Oh, there were people that lost everything.
Yeah, we're back to normal.
Family members, jobs, investment, everything. Literally everything.
And we're back to some of that was going on before that now. We're back to some resemblance of, jobs and being able to buy houses and be able to flip houses and that whole market thriving because that whole market creates this economy. My dad said when he first bought his home, it was like a 16.5% interest rate. You can't even buy. Good luck on a $200,000 home with that. We out. Tom.
Mike.
AM.
In the PM.
A2D Radio. And listen, you want to know if I'm left or right? I'm right in the fucking middle, which is normal. We'll see you shows tomorrow night. You got lazy booking followed by the hockey happy
Ain't
hour.
nothing normal about
There ain't
you.
nothing normal about the guy in the middle.
Dude, I should just win the presidency in 2020 because I just said I ain't right or left. I'm right here.
It started with the MGM commercial, and look where it went.
Let's go, baby.
There's two yellow
go.
lines in the center of the road, and Tom's like running right between them two lines.
If my dogs come eat for $1,200, thanks. But if you didn't know, bet MGM. Definitely do it. They're giving you up to $500.
Fuck
so,
MGM.
So what happens? Why don't you watch your mouth? All right, until I get the check, watch your mouth.
I thought you had it already.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Mike,
AM.
in the PM.
ATD Radio. Thank you, Gibson Mayer, our certified public accountant.
Make 'em yours.
Find them on the web, gibsonmayer.com, as well as our doc, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Remember, A2D Watch Party this Sunday, 7 to 11, Pinsetters Bar and Bowl, Merchantville, New Jersey. Come see us. For Tom Arnone, Michael Mataraki, Greg Mwakvik, Robbie Pope on the ones and twos, the family out there. We love you all. Well, I feel like the views went up on YouTube when we started getting a little political. So we know how to operate that in YouTube now. We'll see you.
Good thing we were off Facebook.
Yeah. You don't even touch that with latex, baby.
Hey, Zuck.
Hey. Google hates Facebook. We out.
Well, hello again, everyone. This is Bob Mannery, and you're listening to Tom and Mike. AM in the PM, only on A2D Radio. Tom and Mike, these guys are fucking awesome. But their side piece, Greg, that guy is a goddamn problem.